All right, welcome in. It's middle of the night. It's the June 18th, 4 o'clock in the morning on June 18th. And I've been up, I've been down, I've been watching this weather situation as it's been coming together. So here we are, looking at it in Kentucky right now. A pretty intense line of thunderstorms has developed. We have had reports of a tornado in northern Kentucky. A lot of damage around Florence, for example. Been getting reports of that all night. But anyway, uh, no active tornado warning in Kentucky right now. And I thought I'd come on for just a little bit, and we'll look at that. We'll at least look at something here this morning, just to kind of see what's going on, because it has been kind of rough, and just to answer some of your questions, especially now that it's really deeper into Kentucky. And well, I'll go ahead and pop up everything I've got. I don't like that view. Let's do this view. I like that better. There we go. But there you are. That's 4:11 this morning. You can see some of the thunderstorms that are out there, and what we've got that are currently moving through the area. So let me zoom in a little tighter. So right now you got several severe thunderstorm warnings. The counties that are in red here, that that's the tornado watch too. So I'm going to turn the watch off here. Give me just a second, and we'll get that off. And let's turn off watch. There we go. All right, we'll keep the warnings on. Anyway, but you can see right there, right now, some of the thunderstorms that are moving through the area. Check that out. I mean, you've got Owenton, you've got Dry Ridge, you've got Crittenden. You go out toward LaGrange. All of these under severe thunderstorm warning, and even the northern part of Louisville it's also under severe thunderstorm warning. I mean, there's just a bunch of them out there. You can see you've got this one for Shelby until 4:15, and then you go over to the northern side of Louisville, all part of the same warning, but it breaks it down county by county, and you've got it to 4:15 in the morning. Loud. If you're in Louisville right now, man, it is loud moving through there. I see your comments, and we'll address them here in just a few minutes. But that's what's happening out there right now. In Kentucky, you got a whole bunch of other warnings. We're only using that radar site, but you can see, look at all that lightning up the road too. So if you are sitting where I'm sitting, and I'm sitting here in Winchester, it's just been windy all night. All night we've had some of those stronger winds that have been just blasting through the area, but nothing severe yet, because the storms haven't even arrived. This is them right there. I know that's interesting right there. Look at that. That's just a confirmed tornado warning now in Pike, Ohio, Pike County, Ohio. So that's up the road. Let me, I want to look at that for just a second before we dig in on some of our stuff. Okay, so that's confirmed right there. So that's what that means. It means it's been spotted. That means that they know for sure that that is a tornado up there. So that's right outside of our area, but nonetheless, that's what they've got up there. That goes to 4:45. So I'll be honest with you. Let's go back in time a little bit here. I'm just curious to see. That's all part of the same setup. But anyway, yeah. But that's up there. That's up there right now. Here in our Pike County in Kentucky, no, we don't have that. We don't have that going on at all. But check it out from Dry Ridge up through, let's get the full warning, through Pendleton County, and then over to Bracken. A little small sliver of Robertson County included in on this as well. So we're certainly seeing some of the indicators. Right there's an indicator right there on our screen. Let me grab this and I'll show you. You can see it's trying to show some one of the indicators right there, trying to show a little rotation embedded within that. But right now, no severe or no tornado warning out for that one. But again, it's still pretty active nonetheless in that area. You don't need a tornado. One of the big things we were concerned about, strong wind, and that's what you've got with some of these very strong winds that are moving through that particular area. Let me go back to the other radar site so we can get the best view possible. All right, there you go. So warning just fell off. So that shows you on that southern side, there's no warning, but still looks rather intense. And then just with some of the winds that have been traveling through there, man, I mean, they are howling along that line. So we've got all of those different elements that are coming into play with this too. All right, let's we'll jump over to some of these questions. I see a bunch of them are coming in. So I'll dance around. How about Bracken County? I see that, Regina. We've got it headed. You've got a severe thunderstorm warning that is out for you, and it's getting even closer. So that is a little bit of concern for me and for you too. With just the solid fact that we're going to get in on some of the severe thunderstorms. All right, let's go up here and look. Man, I can't believe that's just wild. Anyway, all right, let me go up here again for you. So there's Falmouth, there's Brooksville outside of Augusta. You've got that warning. So yeah, this right here. Who asked me that? I already lost it. Anyway, but you can see it's on the map. Let's see what we find here. Let me get the storm tracks, some of the storm tracks to start showing a little bit better. And there. So we've got those severe thunderstorms that are, didn't want to do that. Go away. All right, but that's what we've got right now with severe weather potential moving through those counties. And I'm just kind of viewing the radar with you right now. We're back toward Louisville. It's just loud there. Loud, windy. The severe element as far as the warning is concerned, it's not there right now. But there we go. I'm just waiting on that front to kick out. So look at this. We just got a whole batch of a new warning that does go through Scott County. It goes through Franklin County. It goes through a bunch of counties here. I mean, I can't even tell you because I can't see all of them right now. Anderson, northern part of Anderson, just outside Lawrenceburg. Woodford County, north of Versailles, does include Midway, and then you get Franklin County and Shelby County. Basically, every inch of Shelby County covered in that warning. Same thing looks like with Scott County, though. Actually, severe thunderstorm warning that is out there for you, and then it does include Harrison County and northern Bourbon, and there's even a small sliver of Fayette that's included in all that. All right, so that's what we've got moving through that area. So wow, yeah. So that popped out a pretty good severe thunderstorm warning. And again, it's severe and it's got some very strong winds with it. Just saw a new tornado warning pop in right there, y'all. All right, I told you that. Just showed you that little marker, the one by Dry Ridge, and it indeed has forced a warning. So you've got a tornado warning out for Pendleton County until 4:45 in the morning. 4:45 in the morning. So it's 4:18 right now. And what we can do is we can look at it. We can go in here and we'll look at it a little closer and we could see exactly what's happening with it. So the indicators all popped in to suggest that. That's what that little, you see that yellow and red spinny thing on the map? That's what that's telling us. It's telling us that there was been a minute ago, there was just no active warning at that time. But it's there now. It is definitely there now. So you go from that one over to that one. So you were asking me a minute ago there in Bracken County. One of you asked that. Well, it's not in there yet, but it's bumped up right against you. You already have a severe thunderstorm warning. Now you got an actual tornado warning that has joined in on this too. And I just want to see what they see as well. All right. Let's come in and let's go up to Wilmington again. Let me see what I can see with that one. Certainly will indicate, there's some spin there. It's not an overwhelming amount, but there's some spin that's embedded within that one. So we'll go back to plane radar view, but that's what's happening right now. All right, and that tornado warned storm. Wouldn't be surprised to see some more activity along this line going all the way back to Shelbyville, Frankfort, Georgetown, all under severe thunderstorm warning. So it's not happening yet. It's coming your way here soon. And this falls right in that window that we've been talking about for the past couple of days, 3 to 5 weeks. that I've been talking about. There's no, we don't have a week anymore. We've got from 3 to 5 o'clock in the morning. So it is on the map and it's there with those warnings. So I know you've got a lot of questions. I know you got a lot of concerns because it is 4:20 in the morning, and we've been waiting and we've been waiting and we've been waiting, and now here it is again. Likely a tornado that touched down around Florence, Kentucky, Florence, y'all, right near the Florence Mall. As a matter of fact, that's what some of the reports coming in. A road called Dream Road or something to that effect was damaged. Okay, there was some damage through there. But there's what we've got. I wonder if I can show you that picture I got. Let me go over here and look, and just keep watching it. Just keep watching it, and we will see what we can do. I think I can probably push this over there. So give me a second to do that while we are live. It's a one-man band here, y'all. I mean, it's a one-man band, a one-man show. There's not much else going, So just keep up with what I can keep up with myself and just try to share information as I can. All right. I can do it. Sure enough. So right there's a picture of what was came out of Florence, Kentucky. Mason McNay up there shared this and then continued to share with others. But there it is. That was earlier. That's not right now. That's earlier. That's a picture that came in from up there. So that's what we were looking at when that warning went out earlier. Now, all right, let's get back to tracking current weather conditions. Sorry, y'all. All right, there it is. But you can see the radar flashing and all that lightning and all that stuff that's still pretty active in our area. I want to go to my other button here, and we want to see. Let's get over here. All right, we're on screen. All right. I've got so many monitors in here, y'all. It's just hard to keep up with sometimes. So many things. All right, radar reality. All right, now what we're looking at, I'm going to turn off this lightning for just a second, okay? What this indicates for us and tells us is it'll show what it's picking up on within these storms. So this is picking up on mothball-sized hail, which is very typical stuff. You got mothball there too, and you've got this picks up everything, all kinds of a lot of heavy rain also embedded within that particular storm. I just want to check a couple other little spots here, and then we'll jump into some of these questions. But yeah, in about a quarter of an inch an hour or so of some of that rain. So those are some of the issues that we're finding within that right now. All right, storm hail. All right. I'm not saying it's not overwhelming with the hail, and the hail was never really the big threat anyway, but it's not picking up on a lot of that. All right, let me go back to Louisville and go back to radar, and there we are. It's very interesting. Let's look in here a little closer on Shelbyville. Huh. All right, so just some general stronger winds that are embedded within that. No real indicator of shear through there, which is spin in the air, guys. I'm not here to razzle dazzle you with fancy terms like these other jokers are. I'm just here to tell you whether it's a bad storm or not. And this just helps me because I've got to do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to do it live. That way I can see it. And then sometimes I've got to go through these things. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it's not. There have been some other stronger stuff out there. Okay. But this is what everybody knows. They know radar, and they see it. They've got it on their phone, and they understand that it means business when you start getting these warnings. Okay. Now, what I'll do is, there's 432 of you on here now. Well, welcome. Okay, welcome. All right, let's look at some of your questions, and I'm good. I can't go through all of them right now because we're in true live tracking mode. All right, so I'm going to go back. It's 424. I'm going to go back to 420. And that's where I'm going to start my answering questions from. 420. All right. Dream Streets. All right. Carol, that's who told me that Dream Street. That's what I was mentioning earlier. Rachel, Rebecca, here, I need to show them so you all know. Is there another round of storms after this one? It's still going to storm later on in the day, just depending on where you are. This is kind of the main push, but there could be some more stronger storms later today. And then what happens is our shift will go from worrying so much about widespread severe weather to some more heavy rain. And so there could be some flooding issues after that. Wolf County. All right. Nothing in there. Nothing for you yet. I mean, I mean, I can show you right here. We're not tracking anything in that area as of this moment. It's just pretty. I mean, right here, you'll see Campton in just a second. I mean, there's West Liberty, there's Stanton, and there's Campton, right? So, and the whole idea has been this whole time is what's it going to be like at that time, in the morning. And right now, we're still in the preliminary stage before it ever really gets into your area. Okay. All right. A couple of other questions. And yeah, or this is just a statement, and that's from Janie. Yeah, Janie, there's, that was just the one that was shared directly with me, but yeah, getting a lot in there. All right. Pendleton County, Dry Ridge. Okay, now what we've got right now is we've got a tornado warning out for you, April, if that's where you are. And I can show it to you. And that's part of what this is. Let's just show it to you. But right now, tornado warned storm. Get down here. That's for Grant. And then you go over into Pendleton County as well. And you've got that. So you can see all the areas that are within these red lines. You see those, let me highlight them a little bit better, because you see this red box that I'm highlighting in white, that right there. I was going to try to follow along, but I can't. But there it is. So that's the tornado warned storm. So anywhere within that is possible tornado. Harrison County, right now, if you look at this, and we'll look at it, you are just now getting the leading edge of that line that is producing some severe thunderstorm activity, which means the stronger winds. Let me pull that question up. But yeah, it's certainly bearing down on you right now. It's not in Cynthiana yet, but it's coming. Franklin County getting hit. Yes, you are. You can see that. You can see Frankfort on that map. Well, you could before I blocked it. Frankfort. I mean, it's almost Frankfort. It's already in northern parts of Franklin County, so it's there for sure. What else we got? Here's a question. Meteorologist and calls it true. We're gonna get EF3 to F4 in Greenup. Not necessarily. No. That's that. If anybody tells you that you're definitely going to get one, you're watching the wrong person, or you're listening to the wrong person. The risk of tornadic activity goes down quite a bit over the next few hours, and it's still pretty good ways from you being out there in Greenup. So no, I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Falmouth, you're in a tornado warning right now, Heather. You're in a tornado warning, which you may have already seen me talk about that, but I mean, right there you are. And I'll go back in again. I want to see what I can see, as I'd like to see. There's some general rotation in there. Let me check. I've got to check every side I can. All right, now this one shows it a little bit better. So right there where that icon is, that's where the likely rotation is. See where it's spinning around there? And that's probably right on the money, because that's what it looks like. But I'm just looking at the data without even getting a marker on there. So it is certainly there. Let me see what we got. Okay, there's a track for us. Now this track is going to tell you where that particular area of rotation is likely trying to head, and it's going to plot a lot. I've got this set to where it shows as many places as we can get, because I always get so many questions about where it's going. But there you see timing on when that could arrive in all of those communities. So I've got it plugged full, because I don't want anybody to say, why didn't you mention me? We need help or whatever. Well, right there you see a bunch of spots that are included in on that. And I've got a lot of stuff on the screen right now, so we're going to drop it, but hit it again and it's going to pop up. Let's go over there. You can see, but there it is. There's your ultimate track as we move through the next little bit. So certainly some spin in the air. Okay. And again, that's the computer. It's its way of tracking it. Okay, of which way it's going to be heading. So it's there for sure. Okay, there's certainly the spin. So there could be a possible tornado in that as it heads closer to Falmouth. All right, let's jump down. Maysville and Vanceburg. It is about to get noisy again on top of you as well. All right, it's not at this moment. Now, you can see that, but it will try to get that way again over the next few hours. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be just loaded up with all kinds of chaos, but it just could be a good general thunderstorm that goes through there too. All right, we go to Miranda. Miranda, wind is scary, trying to suck my curtains through this. Well, that tells you a lot. And that's and you're not even in the thunderstorm yet. Okay, that's just some of the general winds that are out ahead of you. Lexington, cruising into Scott County right now. And as it gets closer to you, you're going to find that the wind is going to pick up even more. It's probably already howling, I would imagine, especially if you're on the north side of Lexington. London. All right, London. No, I don't think so, London. I really don't. Marlene, I called you London, but I was in general. No, I don't think so. A lot of this, by the time it gets there, it's just not going to have some of the same push and the same kick and all of those elements that you need for that. But just be prepared for some stronger winds, and you're still a few hours away from it even getting there. And that's that's been the big thing here. I got to answer this one. It's right here in Winchester. And again, here's what you would need to think about, Amanda. It is getting closer to us. Some storms are. They're still pretty far off to the north because we're just now in Georgetown. Now, because I'm in Georgia, or I'm in Winchester with you, we are, of course, right. I don't know why it's not showing Winchester, but we are right here. If you're looking at true Winchester, we are right there, and you can see the storms are still up the road. So, how far away, is the leading edge of that? Where you've got it right, probably getting in here at the current rate of speed, 5 o'clock, 5:09, somewhere. That's just a rough estimate of it trying to get in here, but that's what it is currently. Okay, so no, nothing yet, Winchester. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I've got to flip through some of these. I'm going to try to get you all as much as I can because it's so hard. It is so hard. Is it coming? All right, here's one. Here's a good one. South of E-Town. Sorry, I was reading some of the others at the same time. E-Town. All right, so far, E-Town, you're fine at the moment, but you've still got some storms up there, and we've even got a new tornado warning in Indiana that's popped out here too. So there's there are a lot of things going on in the atmosphere for sure in a lot of these communities. Look at that right there. Wow. Yeah, it's certainly there. That sure is. So you've got another warning out there. But E-Town right now, you're not active at all, as you already know, Dustin. I'm just not seeing a lot of the activity. Y'all act scared as F, but at plenty of warning time. Nothing is happening. Go to sleep. Brandon, it's happening. We've had a tornado touch down. You've got more severe thunderstorms right now. Right now. That can produce wind damage. And if you go look at some of the other stuff, somebody block that guy. I can't get over there to block him. But are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on now. People are scared, all right? And that's why I'm on here. So disappear, go away, go wherever you need to go. But anyway, I gotta drop that. All right, Louisa, time. We got time before anything gets to you. Okay. And you don't have to jump on the feed if you don't want to. Smart aleck back there. Don't get on here. Don't come bother these people. Dear God. See, when I was on TV, I couldn't say all that stuff. I can now because I don't give a rat's butt. I don't. Oh, I still won't cuss on here, but I don't give a rat's butt. All right, back to the radar here. Bounce it around a little bit more. Let's go back up to that tornado warning storm. Okay, that was in it's in Falmouth and that general area too. So what we've got is that leading edge moving through Falmouth, and then it's heading toward Brooksville. You got Augusta on there too. That right there, all trying to cruise along. So it's a severe thunderstorm warning, and you've got on the other side of it, and you've got some pretty strong wind that'll likely blast in there too. Dropping a little bit more to the south, you find as we go towards Cynthiana, it's already probably loud, but it's about to get louder with heavy rain and some stronger winds. Have already really arrived. Frankfort, it's blowing in on you right now, right now. And it is a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm not seeing a lot of lightning with this at this particular moment, but it's still a good, strong thunderstorm that's severe. And then you get into northern Woodford County, and then you go out here toward Shelbyville. Shelbyville just getting hammered with some of that heavy rain. So all of those areas, and then you go back toward Louisville too. So all of this it's lining up and it's moving deeper and deeper to the south, and will continue to do so. So somebody asked about Maysville a minute ago. You're now under a severe thunderstorm warning there. So that goes to 5:30. It's 4:30 right now, but it's all because of what is back there behind it. So it's all of this right here that I've highlighted here. So I was going to highlight all of this right here is heading your way. So there's that leading edge, and it's coming right on that way. Okay, so as that happens, you're going to run into the stronger, severe elements that could come. Okay, so that's why you now have severe thunderstorm warning. So it's early in the morning, it's middle of the night. It is what it is, and a lot of this happens. Okay, all right. Jeff Setters headed to Georgetown from Mount Sterling. Going to be a rough ride. It sure is. I don't even know how that comment popped up. I have no idea. All right, Rowan and Morgan counties. Again, I'm just trying to answer what I can and discourage idiots from commenting. Let's see, Rowan and Morgan counties. You've got a few more hours before it really gets going into either one of those. Okay, Fleming County. It is certainly on the way, Kristen. It'll be there soon. Soon. Okay. You are saying I was in the one in March of 2012. So you were talking about a tornado in that case. So yeah. All right, Jessica. Oh, hi, Jessica. I didn't realize that was you. Yeah, there's a tornado watch in Frankfort. I turn those watches off because there's just too much on the screen when I do all that. But you're definitely under a tornado watch, but no active warning and no active tornado warning. But now there is a severe thunderstorm warning out for you right now because that's what the yellow is highlighting. That's what that yellow is showing us, is that there is a tornado or a severe thunderstorm warning that is out. So yeah, certainly something to keep in mind in that area. So let me just look at a couple of things here while we're tracking along. Let's go back to that. It's just picking up on all that hail. All right, let's go Louisville. Let's go radar. And there we go. Oh yeah, wow, it is coming down in a lot of those spots. But yeah, tornado watch in Owen County. Right now, what we need to remember is a watch and a warning are two very different things. So if you got a watch, then the possibility of severe weather or a storm producing a tornado could happen. If it's a warning, that means it's happening. That means it's on radar or somebody has seen it. So those are some of the things we look for in order to push those warnings. I don't push warnings out. The National Weather Service does. That's where we're getting all this info and all this data that you're seeing there with those storms. So that's just something to think about, something to consider, that when there's a watch, that means there's a possibility. When there's a warning, that means it's happening. So yeah. But Tracy, yeah, that watch was out. Thoughts of tornado activity in Georgetown. Right now, right now, my biggest concern for you in Georgetown is more of just the general heavy rain and the stronger winds, which is what you're getting right now, or it's getting ready to blow through. It's already in Georgetown, but this is getting even deeper and deeper into Scott County a little bit more. So is it the end of the world kind of system? No. Has it been for other states today? Yes. I mean, some places devastated out in Illinois earlier today. Man, I mean, those storms were just vicious as they were in there. Let's see. All right. Something came through Sadieville. Yeah. I mean, you had a good thunderstorm. It's still there, uh, coming through Sadieville. All right, let's see. I'm again just trying to find stuff. Okay, does this system continue east or does it dip south? All right, now watch this. I'll play a little animation here for you, Morgan. Um, so we'll go back over an hour. You look where it is right now. You see Lexington, so that's your point of reference. See, it's diving a little bit more to the south. Okay, that's just been the general trend on this part of it right here. Now, if I zoom out and I go back over here, you've got these that are running in a little bit more of an easterly fashion. See, like out there toward Corydon and beyond. So this is diving, and then the other part is trying to take that other path. So yes, eventually you're going to get in on these thunderstorms too. They're just now getting crossing the border into Fayette County on the northern side of Fayette County. Okay, so that's what we've got. All right, currently driving through Richmond and it's super windy. That's what Avery Davis says. Yes, it is. It is very windy and keeps going. And then we'll get a little bit worse here. Pike County, Haley, it's going to be a while before you all get anything out there. And I think that we'll get it in a weaker dosage anyway by that point. Okay. All right. Well, you know what, Melissa? Thank you for saying that because I don't give a rat's butt anymore. That's all I'm going to say. I won't go any further. I'm still a politician, so I can't just go ahead and cuss everybody yet. So they make me mad. All right. Let's see. Can you give us an update on Corinth Drive? Yeah, we will. So let's go back up there. Dry Ridge is in the clear now from all of the previous stuff. And then where else you want? Williamstown. So let me zoom in a little tighter so we can see everything. But there's Dry Ridge, there's Falmouth, there's Crittenden. So yeah, things are looking a little bit better for you at this particular moment. Now, the worst part of this is now in Bracken County, so it's shifted a little bit more. Bachelor's Rest. Oh, it's a community there. But yeah, it's looking a little bit better for you. It is, unless you're in Bracken. But if you're there in Grant, it's just more of that general rain, as you can see right there. Okay. All right. Thank you, Bill. You're the best. I'm just here having fun. Now, I say that, and I don't want anybody to be damaged, but I'm just here to spread the word and have a good time. And if people get mad over that, then they can kiss my butt. Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that too. All right, Owenton. Owenton in the clear. Looks like we're about to get that way. So there's Owenton. You see it on the map, right? Heather, Ian, Gibbs. Is that Heather and Gibbs like two different people, like your significant other's name, Gibbs? Or is Heather in? Just asking. But there's Owenton. You're in a much better position now. Okay. So let me drop that. For sales. Where'd that go? Did I get the for sales question? Hi, Kelsey Duckworth. Yeah, here we go. We'll look at for sales. Look, it's already in Midway right now. Storm has picked up. And I say storm, I use that loosely with, on that particular side of it's not getting a lot of lightning, but it's still a good storm. Severe thunderstorm warnings haven't been extended as of this moment, but, we'll watch those and see what happens. But for sales, it's north of you just for now, but that will be coming more. Electricity's been out. Lindsay and Timmy Brooks. out on 27 in Santa Ana, but it's back. So yeah, that's good. I can pull that up too. I've got power outage stuff that we can get to here in a minute. And what do we have here? Can I have an update on Georgetown? Yeah, right there it is. I mean, I've got it pulled up for you. I mean, it's just a good solid rain, gusty winds. Nicholasville, Zachary, it is on the way down there to you. It's going to be a little bit longer, but find Lexington on this map and then look south. And then, yeah, see, there went the warning. See, when you start losing some of that lightning, it loses some of the intensity. That doesn't always mean it's going to be super there. Well, there's the warning right there, the warning extended, but it doesn't always mean that you're going to lose the complete and total power and chaos of the storm. Okay. Because it can still produce some of those other features, because this is wind driven right now. There's a lot of wind forcing it in here. And that's been one of the bigger ticket items. So somebody asked me about Versailles a minute ago. Versailles, you're now under severe thunderstorm warning. Lexington downtown proper under severe thunderstorm warning. And me sitting at my house here in Winchester, I'm not going to zoom in on my house to show you where I live, but I am not under the warning. I can tell you that, but the northern part of Clark County is. And then Mount Sterling, Bath County, Montgomery County, Bath County, Rowan County, all under warnings. Now look at this. The warning goes to 5:30 in the morning for you in Rowan. So that's the farthest east that we've got on this warning list. So you've got that. It's going to be a little while before it gets there to you as well. So that is the current state of the warnings. All of Bourbon County, most of Fayette, especially the northern part of the county, all of New Circle Road, for example. And then you get into Woodford County and you've got a warning until 5:30 in the morning as well. And then Anderson County, you've got it here too. Just this. The line drives me crazy, but there it is. There's your severe thunderstorm warning out for Anderson too. And it does go through Lawrenceburg all the way through there. Okay. All right. So that's a little bit of an update. Let me go back out here and look. No new activity on that cell right there. That was a tornado warning in Crawford. It goes to 5:15. I mean, it still looks like it's got it in there, y'all. Let's check it and see. I mean, there's certainly a little hint of it. The spin that keeps going. So we'll watch. We'll watch to see if that gets any further push into and deeper into our area. All right, let's go. Let's go on down. Let's go on down. Yeah, Fleming County, Allie, you just got a warning. You just got a severe thunderstorm warning. It's a few minutes out before it gets there. It just depends on where you are. If you're on that northwestern tip out that way, it's coming. It'll be there soon. It will be there soon. All right. See, they extended that warning. Look at that. Or they pushed the warning. I'm sorry. There, we've got a tornado warning out for parts of Louisville. So that is new. And look at that little notch right there by Newburgh. You see that? Yeah, that would be where we were probably seeing the spin enough just to get them going with it. So yeah, I'm gonna look at something else too. I'll pull up my phone, get a feed going here of some more information. Yeah, so new tornado warning out there. Let me pop that up there. That's Louisville and maybe a couple other counties around. But Jefferson County goes to 5:30 in the morning. I mean, you're talking about the most populated city in Kentucky, and right there, you got a tornado warning that's out now for you. So we'll stay on guard with that one too. All right, give me a second, y'all. I want to look at something else. All right, so there's that. I'm going to set this in motion for just a second. Okay, and I am going to be right back. I'll be right back. That's the beauty of this. We can do it how we need to do it. I'm going to grab something else, as a matter of fact. So I shall return here in just a moment. So just kind of watch that radar picture. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I did tell you I was coming back though. So, all right, we're watching that warning in Louisville. You've got the tornado warning that's out there. Bumps right into Shelby County too. So Shelby County is under a tornado warning to the far western sections of Shelby County under that tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warnings out for Carlisle. Have we got up here from Maysville? This has been labeled as a destructive thunderstorm. And the reason it's not looking as impressive is because I'm on a different radar site. We go to a different radar here. And so what that is suggesting is there's some good strong wind that's about to blast through Maysville, for example. So that is a severe thunderstorm warning that we have out for them. Okay. Let's drop down a little bit. Flemingsburg, Carlisle, Paris, racing through there right now. While I was gone, I ran outside just for a second just to see what was going on here in Winchester because I don't have anything yet. No active warning, but I can still hear the thunder off in the distance, so it's there for sure. So it's there, but it's just not made it into our area. North side of Lexington now starting to get hit with a little more action too, right? Bouncing, going back to that tornado warning storm. I love y'all so much, and I appreciate y'all being here with me. Even the bud heads that come along, thanks for coming. Can zoom in on Owen. Yeah, absolutely. I'll zoom in on. Let me let everybody see that. That's Heather and Gibbs. See, you're in much better shape now there in Owington. Okay, much better off. It's just a little loud. You may still be hearing some thunder, but a lot of the worst end of this gone. Okay, so you're in much better shape. Bad on the Bourbon and Scott County line. I bet it is. Yeah, I'd say it was there whenever you wrote that too, which was several minutes ago. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. Skip. I've got to get back down here toward the bottom. All right. And you were asking about Santana. Santana, the worst of this has gone through. The worst of it's gone through. So, medical family, I get it. I understand. And you're fine now. Okay. You are fine. All right. Is it safe to go back and sleep for at least a few hours? You've got some time in West Liberty before it gets there, so you could sleep, James. You really could. So if that's what you want to do, that's what you can do. All right. Let's see. Jeffersontown. All right, Amy. If you're there, you're under a tornado warning. I've got to switch back to the right radar so I can see it better. But yeah, you're under a tornado warning if you are there. So you can see it right there at this moment. So that goes to 5:30. So it just depends on exactly where you are, Amy, really, before we can make that determination. Sit tight for a second. Okay, sorry. Constantly running when you're running here in the house, but that's what we've got. The last person that asked me. Just got severe dentist all morning in Mount Sterling. This morning, if you're going into that, I mean, that's what's happening. All right, timeline for. Okay, this is a good question, Jonathan, because it's going to be a while before it ever gets there, and it's certainly not going to be as strong as it is right now. So that is what we've got. So just keep that in mind as it starts dipping down a little bit more. So it's going to be several more hours. And depending on where you are there, Rebecca, when I said the worst is over, it just depends on where you are. But in some cases, if you're north of this line, yeah. Let me hide that comment for just a. Let me pop this one. Oh my gosh, I just lost that comment. I was getting ready to pop up here. Oh, this one. Yeah, I feel okay. I feel okay. I just had to run. I'm trying. I've got 2 or 3 things going right now, so that's what you're talking about. I just had to run and check that out. Yeah, I feel great. That's great. All right, down to the bottom we go. Down to the bottom we go. How long will it last in Georgetown? Let me pop that up there so y'all can see. Red Browning has asked that. And I'm going to back up and I'm going to go over toward Georgetown again. And you've got a little more time with the more significant part of this, okay? But it is almost through your area, all right? So getting much better off. If you are in Lawrenceburg, for example, as somebody just asked, Kayla did. There it is, Kayla. It's still north of you, but we're watching a couple of different areas kind of interacting. So I'm going to play this out for about an hour, and you can see there's Lawrenceburg. A lot of these storms are trying to shift. It's going more parallel to you right now and heading like along 64. And then we got to watch back here on this back end side. See where I've got my mouse highlighted or trying to move it around. And now we got to kind of watch what's been going on with that tornado warning storm there in Jefferson County. So that's where we sit. That's where we sit with all this right now. All right. Owenton. Oh, Owenton, you're good. It's just general rain. I don't even need to pull it up because I looked a minute ago. Yeah. Bath County, you got a severe thunderstorm warning that's out for you in Bath. So it is about to cross over right now from over into Nicholas County. So Carlisle, yeah, somebody said Carlisle, the sky's lighting up. It sure is because you've got that running wide open, some heavy rain, and then you've got plenty of lightning with it too. And you can see all the strikes that are animating on here. Frankfort is, I want to get up there to that. Frankfort is bad. Frankfort is bad. Up Owington Hill. What describe bad? Describe bad, and hopefully I'll see it. Feels warm outside. Yeah, well, yeah, it is warm. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. Madison County timing on you. You're going to be a little while. I mean, because we've still got it. I mean, it's right there. It's in northern Lexington right now. Northern Lexington. So north side of Fayette County. I don't know which question it is, Carlisle. I'm gonna go this one. Electric kicked for a minute, but it kicked off for a minute, but it's back. Good. Good, 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 good. If you are, I'm gonna pop up here. I'm gonna drop that comment for a second because it kind of blocks more information. I'm gonna back it up a little bit. I'm gonna let y'all reset and see all of this. And you can see what's happening out there right now. You got this line of storms that stretches from Indiana right now into central portions of Kentucky. I mean, you got it right here in Lexington, you got it in Paris coming down, and then you've got more. Now you go north of it, you go up here toward where we've already had activity, possible, tornado in Florence earlier, and look, you can see like Dry Ridge, Falmouth, Owenton, all in much better shape, and that's kind of the extent of it for this round. So if you're in those spots, you can rest easy at this point. It's the south end of this stuff now that we're worried about. So it's already gone through stamping ground and it's still there. And then you go to Georgetown and Paris, north side of Lexington, Frankfort, really getting rough out there for you at this moment. And then Shelbyville, still watching what looks like a tornado, what is a tornado warning storm out toward Louisville. If you're in eastern Kentucky, look, see that? It's still a good ways away. If you're sitting in Harlan right now watching this, you're sitting in Hazard, you're sitting in Whitesburg, you've got plenty, plenty of time before this gets there. Okay. So we got a little more time. And sometimes when y'all name communities, I love you, but I can't, I don't know every single community. I know the counties, but sometimes it's hard for me to see the communities. So if you've got a community, say what county it's in. That helps me. Fayette under tornado watch. Yeah, we've got tornado watch out. Of course, yes, tornado watch is out. Been up all night watching weather because I've got kids and grandkids, Georgetown, Lexington, Northern Kentucky, and live in Frankfort. Well, if you're in Frankfort, you're getting rocked right now pretty good too, aren't you? You're right there in the middle of it, Brenda. It's been pretty tough. Fleming County just getting hit. Yeah, just looks like it just entered parts of Fleming County right now. Dana, let me zoom in here to you so we can. I just want to look at myself just to see what's happening. Yeah, I mean, you've got. I've zoomed in on Bath County, but you go up the road and you can see as we get. I'm going to switch radars again, but you can see, yeah, it's heading right in through there towards you, getting windier and louder. And there you see it's in Flemingsburg too. So, yeah, we're right there on that leading edge. We're on that leading edge. Somebody, how far south, where's that one at? It's, Martha, it's going to be a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how far south you are, but I mean, it's going to hold on, but let me show you all this again because that true just southern push real hard, it's not there now. So look what's happening. So it was pushing south, and now if you look at the last few frames here, it's trying to just kind of ride along Interstate 64. Yes, it's going to drop south. It is, but it's taking its time. It's not quite as aggressive as it was there for a little while when we were seeing that true dive south. Okay, so yes, but we've got time. If you're in Richmond, if you're in Irvin, if you're in Beattyville, you're in Boonville, you're in Danville, you're in Harrodsburg, you're in Stanford, you've got time. And by the time it gets to some of these communities, especially south, it might not be as strong. Okay, that's one of the things about this. The way this night's been kind of playing out here. Let's see, Rowland. I'll get to you in just a second. That's not somebody saying power. Where's that at? Oh, that's Christy Hoots. Yeah, power's flickering. In Maysville, you've got a severe thunderstorm warning, but it's winding down now. That element of it's winding down, so you're going to be in much better shape here soon. Baghdad in Shelby County. All right, Jesse, let's go look and see what we can see together. How about that? And I'm going to put this in now mode so I can see. I don't know exactly where Baghdad is right off the top of my head, but we'll look. And it plotted for us automatically. So here's what's happening, though. Look at this. I'm going to play the radar again for 30. I'm going to do an hour. And you're going to catch more rain and more wind and more just true thunderstorm activity because it's pulling more out of the west now. And that's what I was trying to point out to some of y'all a minute ago. It's lining up more in that direction. So this could turn into some high water issues too. I know we're so dry. We've been dry, but sometimes that can really shake things up too. So keep that in mind. But yeah, just kind of watch it. I don't think that in Baghdad you're going to see anything pop that's going to be overly severe right now. Right now. Where are you going, Patricia? We don't want you to leave. Come on back. Most of the activity that's gone through there, Johnny, is now gone. It's gone. So you're okay. You're okay for that severe weather threat. Okay. And, I just couldn't remember which county it was. I've seen it 1,000 times on the map. Baghdad being in I don't know what BNN stands for, but you've got me hungry already. The means area. Now, I really don't know where the means area is, so just write back and let me know where that is, which county. Oh yeah, I'd say that over there at Metathorpe. Oh man, I'd say that is pretty loud at this moment as it's starting to just blow in. And let me zoom a little tighter here, and we can look at that there on the north side of Lexington. It's not action packed yet, but yeah, I'd say it is. It's getting louder and louder by the minute on that side of town for sure. There's Georgetown Road. There's Newtown Pike, and I'm trying to. Why is it not showing me Leestown Road? Oh, because I'm not over there yet. So there, yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. There at Metathorpe, because there's Metathorpe right there. So you're starting to get windier. Yeah, I guarantee it. Much louder. Hide comment. Wait a minute. Somebody said something. Memorize every single one of them. Every one of them. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard enough to remember all of the county names, let alone that. So, all right, you're asking about means. That's somebody asked me about means, and they said, and you're saying it's between Mount Sterling and Frenchburg. So that would be right through here. All right. So let's back it up. Let's back it up a little bit. So it would be somewhere along that line. Right now, it's doing nothing there. There's means popped up on the map. See? So no, nothing's going on there at this moment. But what's happening is you're going to see these storms try to trickle down a little bit. But again, to try to judge the intensity or the pace of it, that's what's a little more difficult right now. But thank you for pointing that out for me. I appreciate it because I did not know. Again, you got to remember. There are a lot of small communities, and look, I mean, just look at that. Look at that. Look at that right there. I mean, there's a lot. Let me back it up again. You're asking about Cynthiana. Cynthiana now in much better shape in downtown Cynthiana. Okay. So you can probably rest easy now at this point if you're in that area. So if you can do it. Listen, I set alarms just to get up tonight. I kept waking up anyway. I did take a nap for a little while, but I kept getting up and looking to see if it was close enough to our area. Nicholasville, still north of you. It's because it's on the north side of Lexington at this moment. There's somebody asking about McGoffin County. You got a little time, Angie, before it gets there. And again, it might not even be as impressive. But here's what I want to do. I'm going to go over here to another item I've got. Just don't mind the blank screen for a second. And don't mind that either. But here we are. We're at 6 o'clock in the morning. Let me get the right model pulled up. And let's look at it together, okay? Let's look at it together. I'm going to get the data pulled. We're going to get all the latest information here for you, okay? So there you see, that's showing 6 a.m. So it starts an hour from now. And that's the wide Kentucky view. And that's trying to pop some storms south of this. I haven't seen that happen yet. But so now we'll move. See, this is a little off. This isn't even initializing right. So it's hard to get a good guidance on it. But notice how it just kind of flows those storms from west to east. And then you get more later in the day. See, and that's the other thing about this. So the most significant threats right now, but you work through time and it gets a little bit different into the early morning hour or into that latter part of the day. Back to current mode, where we have a whole bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings that are out. And so to answer your question, Angie, it's going to be a little while. You're all good. Bracken County, yeah, you're fine now. I know it's still flashing a warning up there around you, but no, you're fine now. You're good to go for the next little bit. I mean, there will be more thunderstorms later today, y'all. That's what I don't want you to walk away from that, but yeah, Shepherdsville. Yes, sirens went off. I'd say they probably did. I would say they did a little earlier. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's get down to the newest comments because that's where I can keep you up to date quicker. Power. I said power. All right. What I will do for you here is we will look at power outages. So right there, I'm going to turn off warnings. I'm going to turn off lightning for a second. So right there is a county by county look at some of the power outages so far. Like, for example, in Bourbon County, we've got about 100. All right. Yeah, you get to Harrison County, you got about 4,500 customers out. You go to Scott County, you got about 2,500 customers out. And then we get into Owen County, you got about 100 customers that are without power right now. So those outages are showing. And this shows me percentages. But I'd rather see the number, just the sheer number. But yeah, there it is, y'all. So that's showing you power outages that are coming in right now. I don't know why there's power outage in Perry County. It's not weather related, but there are there's a power outage in Perry County, at least for 300 customers. All right. So I don't know why that's like that. Look at all the others. They go all the way back toward Illinois. Scattered. Man, power outages. I wonder how many people are out without power there. This is us kind of looking around, guys, and I'll get back to our weather. We got 10,000 customers. I wonder what's it close to? Let's see. What's that close to? There's Champaign, there's Springfield, Decatur. Okay, well, Effingham. I don't even know what I'm saying there. That's where they had a rough tornado earlier. But anyway, let's go back to radar data. I'll do that by doing this. And we will jump back to where we need to go. I'm just doing a little tour there, checking out things. Warning wise, let's see what we got. Severe thunderstorm warnings are still posted, and that does include Lexington. That does include surrounding areas in Lexington. Does include parts of Clark County. Paris, still under a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's what we've got. Just a second. I got to check something else, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Good thing about this is I don't have any commercials that run or anything I have to worry about. So there's that. But a whole bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings out this morning for a lot of folks that are out there. And what likely happens here is we're going to go from a severe weather kind of setup to maybe some heavy rain that's going to go through here that might cause some flash flooding. I imagine before the day's over with. So that's something to think about. All right, let's see what we've got. Yeah, it's still pretty, Salem, it's still pretty rough there in Georgetown. I mean, it's still a severe thunderstorm warning, but it's not like top of the charts kind of severe stuff. But it's still pretty active there in your community, if that's where you are. Let's see what this one is. Barberville, got a little time before we get down there to you. Clear now in Corinth. As far as the major push of anything significant right now. You appreciate alerts going off, and I'll tell this. Shouldn't it? Should. Thank you, by the way. Stamping ground. All right. I'm not always going to be able to go to every single community, but we're going to try our best. Stamping ground's still right there in the thick of some of that heavier rain, Carrie Ann. Heavier rain. And let's turn on the lightning to see what's going on. Still plenty of lightning out there too. So it's lighting up the skies for you, but you already knew that. What's this one? It looks like the storm's moving west to east, then a sudden jump south, all willy nilly. What's throwing all the models off, making it hard to figure times and track. Thank you, Justin, for pointing that out, because that's exactly what's happened here. But what happened on the data was it had it a little more south when it went to that west east trajectory. So now it's happening a little more to the north. So it could essentially rain itself out. We'll see. I don't know the answer to that immediately, but we'll have to watch it here the next little bit. But absolutely. What's death and destruction, Bobby? I don't know what you're talking about. We haven't said death and destruction. This just woke me up in Owensville. How bad is it going to get? Right now, Heidi, let's go over there to Owensville. You have a severe thunderstorm warning out, 60 mile per hour winds, excuse me. So for anybody that is in Owensville right now, that's kind of what you're leaning into. Let me go to another radar. Yeah, we've got a better view. So yeah, it's certainly coming down out there for you in Owensville, and then North Middletown, and then just north of Mount Sterling. A lot of that rain has kind of shifted there too, but you've got no electricity. Somebody just said that. Where'd that go? Oh my goodness. Chastity when it comes North Middletown, no electricity. Well, I mean, I had that power. I don't know if you were watching, but I had that power outage up a minute ago. Power outage map, and yeah, a lot of that showing. I can't remember how many customers in Bourbon County were out, but a lot. There were a lot out. All right, my brother's freaking out. Where Winchester? How's Winchester looking? Well, right now we're fine. I'm in Winchester too, Vega, and we're fine right now. We're fine. We're not seeing anything active, but the catch is, now I've walked out a couple of times during this broadcast or live stream. It's not a broadcast; it's a live stream, and I've seen and felt the wind pretty rough outside. So it's blowing. It's getting stronger here. So again, this is not what it was earlier in the day for other states. This is still pretty bad because it's in the middle of the morning now, or 5:20 in the morning, and it wakes people up, as some of you have already said. So that's what makes a morning like this so kind of difficult in that regard, is because of stuff like that. Is the timing of this. But look how they've all elongated here with all these warnings and all that lightning too. They're really intense back there with the lightning. Let's go radar from Louisville. There we are. But I mean, you can see it just stretching out there. Basically, it's gotten to 64, and it's kind of just traveling along there right now. So if anybody's going along 64, they are in for a show for sure. But as of this moment, nothing tornadic, and we're just watching some of these general thunderstorms. Let's go. I'm going to take it out of that mode, and I'm going to go to a broader mode. That way I can see everything happening out there across the country. I got to get rid of that lightning. That is just too much. But look, okay, once this main thing goes through, that's the main area of concern that we have. Okay, so you get behind it, but the problem is it's going to set up shop, and we're likely going to see more storms later on in the day that will try to develop. So that might be more towards southern Kentucky, but I don't really expect it to be off the charts severe. That's the thing. Could there be severe weather later today? Yes. But I just don't think it's going to be wall to wall, nonstop, kind of crazy stuff. I'm up doing this because it's middle of the night. People were worried about it. So I'm here, just hanging out with you people. Okay. With all of you folks, just to kind of get the information out there. Reading comments. Sorry, guys. Kristen Keaton. Bath County is rough right now. Power is out and very windy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely rough. Those winds are howling there. Let me go back to the other one because I can see it better from there. So you got to be able to go to different radar sites and check stuff, and that's what we're doing. All right, there's Owensville again, and windy, and the power is out. Rowan County, here we go. Alicia, good morning to you. Morgan and Rowan, well, it's right now in Rowan, about to plow into the city of Moorhead. You can already see where some of it is here on that leading edge. And it has jumped along 64. Ramey, there's Cranston, there's Triplet, and then there's the city of Moorhead. So it's there. Okay, it'll be there very, 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 very soon to get you going. I see somebody else ask me about Montgomery County. Well, here's Montgomery County for you right now, Melissa. And you've got plenty of activity moving through. Let me turn on the lightning again because now we can use it. We've got plenty moving through Mount Sterling right now at this point. And all of the interstate that is in Montgomery County, all 64, covered in some very heavy rain. Okay. Other than that, and you've got some of those gustier winds too. You know, storms back to our west. They just keep ramping up, don't they? Huh. Frankfort, probably getting loud on you again. Certainly loud in Shelby County. There's no doubt about that. Heidi, who are you talking to? Oop, wrong one. Heidi. Who? I'm not. No, if you're talking about me, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not. I haven't had the first drop at my house yet. It's probably getting close though. Lee County got a little time, Michelle, before it gets down there for you. Barberville will probably not within the next several hours, and by the time anything really gets going, I think it's going to settle quite a bit. So it's all about the timing and the way these kind of evolve, and I'll show you all a future radar again here in a minute. But there will be occasional thunderstorms throughout the day. Yeah, London. Once we by the time it gets to London, surrounding areas, it's a little too. It is warm. It's uncomfortably warm for this time of day. Yeah, it's uncomfortably warm for sure. Oh, you're talking to Heather Joe. I didn't see Heather Joe, or I would have answered her too, but I didn't see that. Watching. Didn't get coffee made before. Are you saying because the power's out where you are, Jan? Is that what's happening? Is that what this is? Georgetown? Man, I mean, you all are just right in the thick of it there in Georgetown. I mean, Haley, look at that. I mean, it's not that it's just this god awful storm that's just causing problem after problem. It's just a really heavy rain, steady, lightning, and windy. Yeah, I mean, you've got the traditional setup there, but it's not like this super severe setup there right now. So, well, it's wild to me. It's wild, but how these storms just kind of lined up. Now they're going to train a little bit. But another thing to note for all of you is that have that one is that I'm seeing some stuff, just west of us, and it's all trying to just evolve and try to come together again. When I go from one radar to the next, you can see how intense it gets again. And what is even more fascinating is how it's just kind of lined up, and now they're just slow. There's a slow southern turn there. For you down south, that's actually probably a little bit of a good thing. You got some time to wait and time to for it to weaken a little bit more, because if they line up like that too long, they can eventually weaken themselves and almost drown themselves out from some of the severe characteristics. But now they can still produce a lot of rain. I mean, it's a lot of lightning is just firing up there in Louisville, man. That's crazy. All right, so let's jump around here a little bit more with some of your comments and questions and concerns. I can't believe we've got 1,000. We've got 1,000 people on here this morning. What? 1,000 people watching. Wow. Well, that is great. It's bad, but it's great all at the same time. Still no electricity in Cynthiana from Cassidy there. And Rhonda says Franklin Anderson County line taking a beating. And I believe you're probably right. Let's look at that. Let's look at it together. Let's all be friends and look at it together here. Oh yeah, I mean yeah. You've got a good little push of some of that heavier rain and all the other thunderstorm activity. I think so. I mean, everything that I've seen suggests that it was Will. I mean, I've got a picture. If you go to my page, you can see it. But I'll pull it up again because I can share it. I can share it on my screen for you. And that's what I got. I got that from Gage Matthew Caprion. I don't know how to say his last name. He's a meteorology student, and then Mason McNay had shared it with him, and that's what we've got. That's the picture from earlier on in the night in Florence. So there, one of the TV stations up there, WLWT, I was watching some of the stuff that they were feeding out to, and they were showing a lot of damage. So I mean, its characteristics are there for it. So, but yeah, that's on the Facebook page too, so you can find that if you want to go look at it a little closer. You know, it's on the page. I don't know how you. I never see my own live feed, so I don't know. All right, guys, so I'm going to confirm that I'm not going to get blown away. Carlisle, you're in Carlisle right now. Okay, well let me try to help you out a little bit. Okay, so we go back over here to Carlisle. Zoom out a little bit more, and as we get in there, what you're going to find is that it is still active. There's still some lightning, and my concern is also that you're probably going to get some more rain here soon. Okay, so it's going to stay active. That little batch that you see there, that's toward like Paris, that's going to run toward you, and then there's even more out toward Georgetown. So I don't think that you're necessarily going to see tornadic activity out of this now, but there could be some very intense wind with it. So there. That's my best explanation for you. I won't go into great detail because there's no need in going into great detail and trying to confuse you all, because it's just, I hate when people do that. Don't speak over people's heads. You know, it's like when you go to the doctor and you're at the doctor and he says something fancy and you're like, well, what does that mean? Oh, it means you've got gas or something like that. Why didn't you just tell me that in the first place? Why didn't you just say, oh, you have gas? Why did you have to go into this gastro blah, 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 blah talk? Same thing. We'll just try to keep it simple here. All right. Urban. Ashley Clark. Hello, Ashley Clark. It's still a ways from you right now. Okay. So we aren't seeing a lot happening there. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. We're not seeing a lot happen there. We got a few more hours before stuff would try to get going there. All right. Let me go down to London, for example, here real quick. I want to see something. It's not that it's active there, and I know you all get scared because, you know, I mean, it's been a while. Just trying to see. See, some of the models were picking up on some pops and some development down there out ahead of this. And that's kind of what we're seeing right there with that little batch of green precipitation that you see there in north of London. Okay. So that would hold true then if that in fact does come to pass. That's current. I'm going to now. Sorry, the map's a little slow loading. I've never zoomed it in there like that. So north of Eastburn. Okay. So we'll kind of start paying a little more attention down south too, because some of that pre-line stuff might try to get going for you. Oh, wow. Frankfurt. It is just knocking down the door, isn't it? I mean, that thunder's roaring. It's getting wild in that area. Not that it's super severe. It's just super loud right now. I know. It's just wow. All right, Urban. I don't even know if I answered your question. I hope I did. I hope I gave you the right answer. She has power there in Moorhead. Let's see, Maysville. I think the worst has kind of passed you by, hasn't it? Let's go back up there and look. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's now drifted away. You're probably still going to hear some thunder, get some rain out there. So that's part of this. And Tasha, sorry, hard for me to tell. You're asking about Richmond. It's still in Lexington right now. You've got a little more time, but now we're seeing a little development right there too. Y'all see that? See kind of how it's going out a little bit more here too as well. So let's play. I have to see everything kind of play out before I like to comment too much. So you got that southern side. You got a little energy. No need calling it anything fancy, but you got some showers trying to pop down there too. So that might mean that you get some of that rain a little quicker. Miss Winkler. How about that? I'll say Miss Winkler. I don't want to get your name wrong. But yes. All right. Let's go down here to the next one. Zoe Saylor, Syersville, Painesville. Still got a little time before we get anything in there for you. So just kind of take it easy for right now, because there's Syersville, there's Painesville. You see them both. Now we do have a severe thunderstorm warning out now in Morgan County, and that's because of what's going through Brown County. Okay, and that is severe thunderstorm warning too. So they're out there, and then you got Bath County. That goes to 6:15, 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning, and yeah, so there's that all kind of lining up. But again, this could turn into some flooding, y'all. It really could. Let's do this again. I'll look at it again. I mean, that's got some zip to it there still in Frankfort. So, I mean, it gets into northern parts of Woodford County too. That might have some potential. And that leading edge out there, the passing Moorhead. I mean, that's got one of the things you look for on a line like this, where it's lining up. It's a very small band in between, like the green going to the red, and what that indicates sometimes it's what it indicates in this situation is that they've got a lot of wind right there at the nose of this thing. So that's what's dropping into West Liberty. It's what's about to go into Sandy Hook. It's also about to head into maybe Frenchburg here soon too. But that one that's moving through Moorhead, I mean, that's got some wind with it, y'all. I mean, it really, really does. Let me drop the lightning again for a second. I want to look at something else. Let's look at something else. Oh yeah, I mean it's wailing through there for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Don't do that to me. It's wailing through there. So that leading edge. Yeah, you're getting gusts. You're getting some good gusts right there along that front edge. Mm-hmm. They're just dropping. Let me show you all a couple other little things here. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. This right here is a model, and it is a model that is off a little bit. It's showing 6:30, and that's not, and we're at 5:30, but it's not lining up right. But I want you to notice, though, it's trying to pop more storms by that time down in southeastern Kentucky, but I'm not so sure about it. Go back to this other one. This is called an in-house model. I can't provide the name for it yet, but I will eventually be able to. And see, it's underplaying everything, but now it does pick back up on some of these storms later in the day. So yeah, we're going to get more rounds that will likely come in. So what's next is that. Friday looks a lot better, and Saturday you get into it, and you can see there that stays mainly quiet. I'm going all the way into the weekend here. Look at Sunday though; you got another little chance of thunderstorms that tries to come together there. That has some gusty potential with it too. Just looking at that, and that's the first time I kind of looked at this run of that. So, all right, let me Let me go through some of the other stuff that we've got here for you. I keep saying we. It's me. I want to go back to the radar. And then I want to look at something else here too. All right, let's get back. So I promise I'm paying attention to y'all. But when you're trying to look at everything under the sun, it gets kind of tricky at times. All right. Over the next 2 hours, okay. This is something new and that new to me. So from Eminence to Shelbyville, and this really is just showing the better chances where we can get some flash flooding. Because I've said it, if you've been with me for a while, you know I've been saying that for an hour or so. I'm really concerned about how much rain we're getting out of this. So we look at the floodcast, and you can see that you've got Shelbyville, Eminence, then extreme chances. Okay, extreme chances for flash flooding within the next 2 hours. And no doubt about that, because when you look at the actual radar, you can see that it's been really coming down there. And when we go to the right radar, it's, yeah, so there's a real chance. Anything else popping down south? Nope. Just maybe a little anomaly, I guess. Lexington, Lawrenceburg, end of her sales now. You've got all this Midway. You've been dealing with it for a while. Lightning still flashing. Look at all that lightning from Shelby County to Franklin County. Okay, let's look at more questions. Zoe, I didn't even realize I left yours up that whole time. I got into that. Flatwoods. All right, Joanna, you're in Flatwoods right now. Let's look and see. I'll have to go back to, let's go to this radar. Now you're going to watch. It looks like everything just disappeared because I went to a different radar. But I guess that radar doesn't want to come on. Well, you know what we can do? We can go to this one. All right. Why? I don't know. Is Charleston offline right now? I don't know. I can't see all my other stuff. You've got some decent thunderstorm activity that's going to be blasting through there too. Yeah, but it's nothing. Look closer here. It's sparking a severe thunderstorm warning, but this radar is not the good one for me because this one isn't working for whatever reason. Well, Jackson might be able to give me a good idea. Yeah, well, yeah, you've got a severe thunderstorm. Yeah, that's what that is, Joanna. So sorry I can give you more information, but I just cannot. I cannot get there. Michaela says UPS buildings are flooding. What UPS buildings? Where? You gotta give us more info. Gotta give us more info. Yeah, I went. Yeah. I'm waiting to see what Michaela was talking about there before I go and do this. We'll look at that first. I already. Okay, I got you a minute ago. Yeah, I got my names confused. Oh, okay, let's get more info right now. Okay, when you say UPS building, where, in which county? Because we've got a few where that house the facilities. Are we talking Louisville, like out there? We talk so whatever you can figure out. Okay, Allen, no power in Salt Lake. I imagine that is very accurate right now because look at this. You've gone through a really gusty thunderstorm in Louisville. So in Louisville, Michaela, okay, I see it pop up there. Wow. Well, I can understand why with all the rain. But yeah, Salt Lake. Yeah, I mean, 50, 60 mile per hour wind went through there a little while ago. You know, on estimated. I haven't seen any full confirmation of anything yet, but yeah, look at that rain, man! It is just pouring out there. It is pouring from Frankfort to Midway. That is so heavy. It's going to get really heavy in Lexington in a few minutes too. It's already getting that way on the west end of town. But no power there. Make coffee. It's rolling to you now. You're talking about me? Talking about me, Paisley? Okay, I drink two different things. I drink Coke and I drink Mountain Dew, and that's all. And not diet. So that's what I go with. 43 in the morning. 43 in the morning. Oh, no, let me jump up here. Live in a camper in a campground north of Frankfort, South Volington on Elkhorn Creek. Should we be concerned? Should we be concerned? Well, you've actually gone through the worst of it already. Yeah, you've gone through the worst of it already. So Jeffersonville, I keep seeing Jeffersonville pop up here. Winds calm down some, but still no rain in Jeffersonville. Well, let's just go look at it, okay? Let me back up so I can see where I'm going. And I'm going to pop on there, pop on there. You know, I get it now. I get it. You know, there are a lot of those YouTube folks that do this all the time, and they'll get quiet, and I'm like, "Why quiet?" I get it now. I get it because I just got quiet because I started looking. All right, let me jump around here. So, but no rain in Jeffersonville. Got you. It'll be there soon. Leaks down. Oh, I guarantee it now. Oh man, it really is coming down there pretty hard in Lexington. Do I have flood warnings turned on right now? Let me look. I don't want to not have them on. Let's get flash flood warnings on for sure. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Do have a flash flood warning out for Shelby County. You've got it out for Franklin County. You've got it out for Scott County. So there you go. I didn't have them turned on a minute ago, but now I've got them turned on, so we'll at least be able to see that. So it stretches all the way back to Louisville, which explains what Michaela was saying earlier in this. And that's, yeah, so it backs up. We've had a lot of rain. We have had a lot of rain through there in the last little bit. Matter of fact, I want to go look at it and see how much rain we've had. Let's go over here. That's the best place to find it. 1 hour rainfall. Oh, wow. Just in the past hour. 3 hours. So look at this, y'all, where that flash flood warning is. Look at some of this. I don't want the flash flood warning. I want the dropper here. How much rain have we picked up? 3.4 inches in the past 3 hours in parts of Shelby County, Franklin County, Scott County. Man, that's a lot of rain. And toward Louisville, I mean, 3 inches. How much just in the past hour then? I mean, just in the past hour, you've picked up 2 inches in some cases in an hour. Wow. So that's what leads to flash flooding right there. It's a situation like that comes together. So what we're looking at here, guys, is radar estimates from radar. It's not actual ground truth, but this can give us an idea of where where the warnings will go and things like that. But that right there is a good solid dose of rain. Wow. Okay. Radar. Okay. So flash flood warnings out, severe thunderstorm warnings are still out in spots, but not everywhere. This is turning, and this is what I was worried about a minute ago. I was worried about it turning into more of a flash flood when that line started just getting in position there along Interstate 64, and that's what it's done. So that's what we've got. All right, let me see. Sorry, y'all, if I haven't been looking at your questions and I left that one up. Clark's about to get it. Yeah, we're about to get it. You're absolutely right, Dave. It's about to come our way in a hurry. Trade Street, Lexington. Trade Street, is that close to like Paul Miller Ford? I'm just speaking off the top of my head. Is that like close to Paul Miller Ford in that general area? I think it is. Okay, high water rescues are ongoing just south of Louisville, with significant flash flooding occurring, per Jordan Smith. Well, I would imagine so with that much rain. I would imagine so. Someone said a tornado. Casey, no, there's not been a tornado in Cynthiana. It's been a thunderstorm, been a really strong thunderstorm there for you. So we probably, there might be some wind damage once the light of day starts to reveal, which the light of day is coming soon. You'll probably see some of that out there. That's that. Now that is possible that we've had some wind damage for sure. Man, it is pouring out there in spots. It is pouring, especially now in Lexington, Versailles, Lawrenceburg, getting heavier, Frankfort. So again, you got a line of flash flood warnings. It looks like Caitlin, Sadieville. It's probably you're probably getting a lot of lightning still, but I mean the severe threat has kind of shifted away. Again, I'm more worried about some of this heavier rain at this point. That's what I'm worried about. It's going to be a little while, Angie, before you get there. You live on Lit Creek, near a creek. No, not necessarily. I mean, we're going to get rounds of rain, but I don't think you need to worry about it right this minute. You've got several hours before I would have to worry about that. Safe to drive to Lexington from Lawrenceburg in about an hour. Well, listen, it's going to look a lot like it does right now. And you can see Lawrenceburg on the screen. You can see Lexington. It's probably going to look very similar to this. So yeah, we could see. I mean, it's going to be rough now. Is it true severe? Probably not true severe, but it'll be very strong for sure. High end is strong. So I encourage. Sometimes we got to go places. I understand that. No matter what, we got to go places. When I worked in my previous job, if it snowed, I had better be at work. You know what I mean? I had better be there. If I wasn't there when it snowed, then yeah, that's bad. So I get it. Sometimes we got to be places. So just if you have to travel, be extremely careful. If you don't have to, if it's not a necessity, just wait it out. Wait it out. Hopefully we won't be on here in an hour, but we might be. Yes, you got the worst part of that. You got the worst part of it earlier, okay? Because you have those really strong winds that went through. If you remember those. And now, see, but what the catch is now, everybody that's watching, is you're going to have this. You're going to have that right there. You see what's in Lexington and what's in northern parts of Clark County. That's going to kind of shift through there too, again in Moorhead. So you're going to have some more heavy rain. You might even get some more very intense wind. So that's of concern. Okay, that is of concern. You're in Waco right now, and you're getting some wind. Yep. It's picking up. It's just not gotten strong or started to rain there yet. Paris? I mean, Sarah, look at this. Look at this map right now. I mean, it's just pouring. Pouring in Paris, pouring in North Middletown. It's pouring in Lexington. I mean, it's really coming down, y'all. I mean, it is. It's not severe. Now it's going to feel like it is because it's going to be windy and the rain's going to pour and the lightning's out there crashing and the thunder's roaring and all those things. So yeah, you're going to have that, and that's going to be a bit intimidating, but it is not severe at this moment. Again, for you folks there, which side? Okay, gosh, it's coming down hard in Lexington. Gosh, I think I'm hearing it here at my house too. Not heavy at my house yet, but yeah, it's starting to rain here at my house too. So I'm with y'all. I'm in I'm in Clark County. I'm in Clark County. Megan said something of interest there. Oh, I can imagine. I mean, look at that. Look at the way the radar's lighting up, or the map. It's not the radar, the text of lightning. So look at the way that's lighting. Yeah. So it's wild. It's wild. All right, we're going to Eminence right now. Michael Jordan. Your name's Michael Jordan, and your profile picture is Michael Jordan. I think that's cute. Eminence. All right, let's get over here. You got to give me a second. I've got to get my bearings on my map again. There we are. 1, 2, 4. So it shifted south of you. So you can probably rest now because I really don't see an uptick in anything going back north. Okay. So yeah, Michael, Mr. Jordan, please go on to bed. Same thing in a tornado. No, I mean, there's nothing going on right now. Nothing going on at all. I mean, it's raining, yes, but I mean, nothing that would trigger that. Nothing that would trigger that. Amanda Nicole Monroe Rucker just woke me up. It was so loud. Where you at? Where you at? Yeah, I know it's loud if you're here. If you're around Lexington or you're around Frankfurt or anywhere, it's loud. It is loud. I think there'll be tornadoes in Britain. No. No, I think you get some strong winds though. That's not somebody. Back up here. Keisha Allen. All right, so if you're in southeastern Kentucky, like Keisha here, and you're wondering about what's happening, well, all of it's north of us right now. All of it, or when I say us, I mean you, but all of it's north of you right now. So it's not digging in just yet, but it's going to slowly but surely get there. But as it does, I think it loses a lot of its strength. It's not going to be quite as impressive by that time. So there's that. So that's what you can think about, Keisha, is that starts to get closer and closer to you. Okay. The wind is starting to pick up back up here in Carlisle. Yep, there it is. It sure is. Look what's happened. That northern side of that other storm has just kind of just shifted into Carlisle. So you are back in it again. It's not severe though, y'all. It's not severe. I'm hearing the thunder at my house now too. I'm hearing the thunder now. And so what's next is I think we might see a few more flash flood warnings pop. I really do on this map. They might start popping more and more and more. So that again, in a lot of severe weather situations that I've covered through the years, it starts out severe. You get all that, and then you get storms like this that sit and just pour, and then they cause the other issues. Woke me up 10 minutes ago in Lexington, hopped on here because I was scared. Well, Caitlin, I'm glad you hopped on here to check it out. I mean, it's got some wind, it's got some lightning, it's got all the elements that make people go, wow. But it's not over the chart. I mean, look, I mean, we don't have any active warnings along that part of the line right now. It's intense, but all of these are falling short of what would cause a severe thunderstorm. But there's a lot of lightning, there's still a lot of wind, so that can cause individual problems anyway. Okay. So I mean, this rain is tough right now in a lot of places. Let's look at that lightning. Man. 6 o'clock in the morning almost, y'all. And we're looking at this. You're going to get some strong stuff through there. You're going to get some wind. It's really going to pick up here in the next little bit, especially. Oh, it really is. Fleming County. Fleming County, power is out in Fleming County. Lawrenceburg, it is much, Katie, it is much louder there for you, isn't it? It's much louder in Lawrenceburg. Let me lock in on you for a second and show you. Look at that. Yep. So you've got that heavy rain, you've got gusty winds, but it's not severe. So you're talking probably 30, 40, 50 mile per hour gust possibilities out of that. And that's just me estimating from some of the other stuff I glance at off the screen here too. So that's part of it. But yeah. Severe thunderstorm warning now in Greenup County. Yep, you're right, Mandy. I'd say that's the other side of all this, and that's where we've got some of the warnings on that end. And for some reason, when I try to tap into the radar there in Charleston, I can't get it, and that makes me very angry. Let's try it again, and it's not there. So the closest one I've got there is Wilmington. Oh yeah, those are some good thunderstorms right there, y'all. Yeah, on that leading edge. Let's see, Jackson might be able to help me a little bit there too. But now going over into Huntington, West Virginia and beyond. All right. Okay, let's get back to it. Listen, if you all have found this feed, this is a shameless plug time. If you have found this feed and you don't follow me regularly, please follow me regularly, because not only do we talk weather, we talk a lot of fun things too. It's not always doom and gloom. So I would appreciate a follow from you. There's 1,000 of you on here right now. I need 1,000 more. So follow. Oh yeah, Kelly. Look at that. I mean, look what Lexington's got right now. I mean, it's just pouring. And then you've got that the lightning and thunder in general too, just started pouring here in Martha out in Lawrence County. Yeah, it just finally started to swing in there. It sure did. Here's what I'll say, Corey. Okay. In Moorhead, it has settled down quite a bit. And you're going to have a little more activity try to roll in there. I just hope I don't lose power here at the house. I don't have a generator in place yet. But you're going to get more of what's coming in from like Paris and over in Bath County, all that stuff. That's going to come your way. So, but you can, I mean, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, might as well start your day, right? That's what I always, if I'm up, I'm ready to go. All right. Florence did have weather even earlier this morning over by the mall. Yep, that's right. But they had a possible tornado, Justin. I mean, that's what I've seen, so far. That's what I've seen so far. Oh, y'all are having a conversation in between yourselves. I get it. I get it now. Lightning on Strawberry Lane, huh? Huh. Yeah, quite a bit, I'd say. Quite a bit. I'm in Winchester, Angela, and I can hear it quite well too. Quite well, getting louder and louder. The rain just pounding. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. You probably can't yet, but it's here. But on Strawberry, I know where Strawberry is. Yeah. I didn't want to say that, Angela, but yeah, you are. Yeah, you sure are. Is the worst through Louisville yet, Haley? All right, let's go look at Louisville again. We're just bouncing around again, y'all. I mean, there's no active super severe threat. There's not right now anywhere in this in our area in central Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky, they've got that leading edge. It's a little rougher, but we don't have any active warnings here that are severe. Louisville wise, let's jump out there a little. You hear that thunder now, don't you? I bet you heard it too, Angela. Louisville it's actually got a little bit better in Louisville compared to what it was earlier. It's still, pretty heavy and still loud. You're getting all that stuff here, all the elements, but and the flooding. I mean, there's some flooding reported there, but it's an improving situation as far as the widespread intensity through there. But let me look at this too. You can see you can see a little bit of a southern drag to it as it's pulling down there a little bit more. But flash flood warning's out. All right, let's see what we can see here. Shelby, see, that's the way it works sometimes. You know what? You didn't even need the alarm today. You had that. Waco, KY. What is happening down in Waco, KY right now? For years I was a DJ in radio, and when we took requests and we did things like that a lot. So I feel like I'm in radio again with taking requests on location here when this happens, and I'll try to do the best I can do. I'm trying to get a little closer to make Waco pop on the map, but you can see right now there's nothing going on in that part of Madison County. So closer I get to these this high resolution satellite imagery, it starts to get a little wonky because I haven't looked at these spots yet. Haven't got the cache going or whatever. All right, so there's that. But you got a little time before it gets to you there, Waco. Can you check and see if that throughout the data from Cyersville to Winchester? All right, Whitley, here's what's about to happen. We're going to have rounds of thunderstorms that'll come. Okay, it's not going to be nonstop. It's not going to be just round after round. Okay, so, but you will run into this. Will eventually kind of turn a little bit more towards Cyersville, and then when it does that, you're coming to Winchester today. Are you coming to visit me? And then once you get that shift, and then you'll see those storms will line up, and then there'll be some more broken ones that come up later. Okay. Of course they won't. They get a lot, and I get a lot, and I'm having a hard time answering some. But what I've learned through the years is the only thing that matters is people. Now that sounds cheesy as it can be. The only thing that matters is people. And you have to assist them. You have to help them. Just like I did weather on television for almost 25 years. And the most important thing that we wanted was people to watch. Why? You got better ratings. Why? You can get paid more. Okay, that's what that is. So people are important. And if you throw them down and you don't help them, what are you doing for them? What are you doing for them? So that's why I try my best to get as many in as I can. Try my best when I do these things. So, yes. You're welcome. All right, wait. Let's see this one up here. Tree and broken pole with lines crossroad on 519 coming from West Liberty right before you get into Moorhead. Well, that tells you just how intense that storm was a little while ago when it went through there. That was pretty rough. It was. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Did the storms over Morgan County fizzle? No, they haven't fizzled. Let me show you. It's just where I'm looking at things. It's how they're not severe there in Morgan County. Rebecca, Clay, Gibbs. They're just not super strong. You've got some good heavy rain here too, but And you're probably going to line up a little bit more because everything that's kind of shifting from out toward Lexington, Nicholasville getting in on it right now, that'll shift your way too. So I still think you get on some heavier rain. The severe element has gone down somewhat for you, at least for right now. Let's see what this one says. My husband drives from Cynthiana on the Nicholas Bourbon Harrison line to Paris every day for work. He said he's never seen this many trees down on his way to work in 13 years. So, okay, well that that reinforces that storm that went through there earlier had a ton of wind, and that could really be something that we have to look for and look at and get that info. Matter of fact, I don't know why I haven't done this already. Let's look at storm reports. Sorry, y'all. I froze for a second because I thought my door opened. I thought the wind blew my door open. Storm reports, and they'll trickle in and they'll populate. We've got one right here. That was in Eminence. They had a 58 mile per hour wind gust earlier. So that's earlier. 4:10 this morning is when that happened. And then let's see what else we got up here. Clear. Then look at all these up in northern Kentucky. Thunderstorm, wind damage. I mean, just a whole bunch there right around Florence. That's where we had a possible tornado. A bunch of reports. There's a 60 mile per hour gust at Williamstown. So I haven't seen anything come in for Bourbon County yet. All right, we've got report here too. Mount Sterling. Wind damage. That's all that's all it says right there. Let's go up here to Fairview. You've got wind damage up there. You got wind at 47 mile per hour gust. That's not severe, but then you get toward Moorhead, and you all been talking about that. Some of you getting closer to it, and look, I mean, you've got all kinds of individual reports. Got a lot of individual reports that are there. Okay, so I'm just looking to get this information for y'all. But yeah, we can do storm reports too. Look at that. There's a tornado warning up there going toward Point Pleasant. Point Pleasant, very famous for the Mothman. What is that doing right there? I know I'm not looking at your counties, y'all, or your comments right now, guys, and that one's been up for a minute. You sparked me and want to look for those storm reports. So that hasn't come out yet, but it's a good report. That's a good report. All right. So if you're in and around Lexington, Winchester, Nicholasville, Versailles, Georgetown's actually settled down some for you. We're in a better spot than we were earlier. Okay, because it's not as significant if you're up there in Georgetown. But if you're in these spots, Georgetown, south of Georgetown, Lexington, Nicholasville, Paris still getting it rough. Mount Sterling's getting it rough. Lawrenceburg's getting it rough. So that's what you've got. Okay, you've got all that lined up here and kind of working through. Now we go out east because I'm seeing a lot of folks asking about other places like Pikeville, Pike County. There's nothing going on right now. I know it feels weird outside, but the best way for me to show you anything is to do this, and that's to take you into the future. Okay, that's the best thing I can do. So this is statewide view, but you can see Pikeville out there, and watch. So and again, see, this is not. It might not be bad there. That initialization might not be bad, but watch. So it tries to fire up some storms later. So you look about 8:39 in the Pikeville area. It tries to throw some stuff at you. So there's a shot later on. And I'm not saying we won't see more severe weather. I'm just saying we're not seeing a whole lot of severe weather right this minute for you. But there could be some stronger storms and stronger elements with these storms later on in the day. Notice how it keeps flowing. We go through 6 o'clock this evening. So that's why there's an elevated risk for flash flooding out there too. Okay. So that's also a concern because we've got flash flood warnings out right now too. So that's the best way I can show you a future view of that, and to help you try to time it out a little bit better. So thunder rolls. So that's part of this. All right, let's go back over here. Let's look at some of these comments. All right. Never seen lightning that bad. It was awful on the flooding already in Lexington. We are getting some urban and street flooding, are we? Okay. I just said urban and street flooding. I sound like a police officer. We've got some high water, don't we? That's rough. Yeah, there's still a lot of lightning over there too, Angel. There really, really is. Robin says Erie and Mount Sterling. I guarantee it right now with the way that rain's coming down and pouring, and then you got the lightning. You got a lot of the same stuff I've got over here in Clark County too. In Clark County, Elliotttville. That's out here. Well, right now it doesn't look like Elliotttville's that bad, does it? I mean, you're probably hearing some thunder, but I'm gonna get to pop on a map. I can't remember. There it is. Yeah. So, but you've got more that's coming, like out toward Salt Lick, for example. It's out that way. It's out toward Owensville. So you see Elliotttville. Heather, who's asking about it. Watch this. So I'm gonna do a quick little run. Look, this is the past. So this right here, everything you see out there is going to try to make a run towards you. That's out like toward where you see the word Wyoming, or you see Slate Valley, see Owensville, Salt Lick. It's out there. Okay. So it's gonna once again get rough with rain, but as far as the over the top severe weather stuff, it still hasn't popped. Seeing some stuff trying to develop down there in southeastern Kentucky again. So now, next on the request line is Hannah Nicole Burns. Can you check on Boyd County? We absolutely can. And I don't know if you've been with me, but I don't have access to one of the radars for some reason tonight. I'm going to look and see if it's offline. There's only one way I can do that, and that is on this other option I've got right now. That's the quickest way I can look. Oh yeah, Charleston's offline. That's why I'm not getting data from them. Okay, what a great night for that to happen, huh? But there's certainly a tornado warning north of you. But if you're there in Boyd County, depending, it's actually not really that bad at this moment, Anna. Nashville got pounded about an hour ago. A lot of roads are completely undrivable with trees and power lines down. If it wasn't a tornado, I'll be shocked. We had Michael. There was definitely there was a tagline for the warning that went out for it earlier as a destructive severe thunderstorm. And from what you're saying, it certainly sounds like that could be it for sure. I'm in Winchester, and we just lost power for a split second. I'm in Winchester, and I haven't lost it yet, because if I do, you won't see my ugly face anymore. So there's that. But I'll try to get back on here. It'll take a minute to reset everything. My son's on 64 Winchester said the rain and lightning is unreal. Oh, I guarantee it. I mean, look at it. Look at it here, y'all. I mean, it's pouring. It's pouring. I'm surprised. It hasn't rained here for a long period of time today. That's the thing here in Winchester. So maybe what happens is we don't get any quick flooding. Of course, here's another thing. The ground's really dry. It'll take a minute for it to soak. So sometimes you get the runoff from that. So, I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to watch. So, let's see. Just jumping around. It's all this going to push into West Liberty or towards 64. So you're in West Liberty. Now, some of it's going to dive down in your area. You're going to get some thunderstorms down there again, too. Gracie, there's that chance. Let's see what this report says. My dad drove Clintonville from Paris. He had to pull over and said many trees are down. Well, tell him to be very careful out there because that is a very tree heavy road. This, obviously. That's a tree heavy road. So, yeah, be careful. Be extremely careful out there. Give me a moment. I'm going to reflect for a second here. Well, I can do it over here too. I don't have to turn my head all the way around. I'll back it up for a second. Turn on Charleston for a second. That way there's nothing on. So those are your active warnings, by the way. Flash flood warnings. And that's all this is right now is a flash flood event in Kentucky. On this side of Kentucky, you have severe thunderstorms that are out east. All right, now we're going to look at something else. Give me just a moment. Sorry if I get quiet, y'all. I'm just trying to look at the same time and get it all going. 970 people. 6:19 in the morning. All right, here's the tornado watch that people are talking about and asking about. Okay. So let me turn off this for just a second. Okay, so here's what you got. You got a tornado warning or tornado warning, yes, in Ohio and West Virginia. But what we've got here now is a tornado watch that continues through 11 o'clock. A lot of people have been asking and talking about it and bringing it up. So these storms that we're watching here this morning still have a little potential. And I mean, there's a watch out for Pike County too, for all you folks that are out there. This runs through 11 a.m. So we've got several hours worth of a watch. Remember, a watch means that the conditions could favor it. Doesn't mean it's happening. Up here, right there in Ohio, I guess we're in Ohio, they click. That's a tornado warning. That means it's happening. Okay, it's showing up on radar, or maybe it's been spotted. One of the two. So that's what that is. All right. So there's our tornado watch. I've had several of you ask about that. And if you're some of these counties are in it just because, but a lot of the northern areas probably are falling off of it. Okay. So, all right. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to drop the watch again. And then we're going to turn back on the severe stuff, the severe thunderstorm warnings. Don't want the weather statements on. Don't need a watch. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. I just want warnings on. I just want warnings that way. Because that's when it's imminent, is when we have the warnings. All right. Back to radar. And there we go. Okay. All right. Question right here. I'm off 213 and it's pouring nasty looking, and it has been. And it has been for a while. Menifee, Selena. Here's what Menifee looks like right now. And you might hear some thunder off in the distance or something to that effect. But it's not going yet. Okay. It's not running in there, but you've got time for some of this to start slipping in there in the next little bit. How is it from Hazard to Lexington? Well, for most of the ride, Patricia, right now, it isn't that bad. There you see Hazard. You got a little rain trying to pop down there. but it's once you get up, it matters which way you're going to go. When I lived there, I always went 15, and then I'd go 15 to the Mountain Parkway, and then to Lexington from on 64. So it matters when you're leaving, because there will be times later today that's going to get more action packed too. So, well, right now there's nothing out there. And I'll tell you what I'm going to probably do. I hate to do it because there's so many of you with me, but I'll probably cut off if we don't pop another warning or two here soon. I mean, Lawrence County's got one, but as soon as that goes away. I've never seen the trees behind my house move like this in Jeffersonville. That's a fierce wind there. It really, really is. Thank you. Floyd County, it's raining in northern Johnson County right now. It's just going to take a little bit longer, Carolyn, before anything starts diving down there. But again, there is a tornado watch, meaning it's possible, that runs through 11 o'clock. It's 6:23 right now. 6:23. Oh, thank you. I'll pat myself on the back there. You really wanted to mow today. I get that. I get that. Maybe you can. Depends on where you are. All right. How's Georgetown look for the rest of the morning? Trying to decide if I should keep my child home. Well, no, that's interesting. Now, what do you? I'm very curious as to what you mean by keeping them home. I mean, there's going to be more periods of thunderstorms as we go through the day, but right now, I mean, that's kind of where we are, Kristen. So, but you can see it right there on Georgetown. You see Lexington, it's right there to the north of it. So throughout the day, we're going to get more periods of some of these thunderstorms. Maybe not as bad as they are right now, and that could even continue later in the day. Lawrenceburg, looks like you're right in the thick of some heavy rain right now. Let me turn the lightning back on too. Let's go grab this because it's easier. Oh yeah, it's pretty loud there in Lawrenceburg right now. Yeah, look at that. Lightning, got the heavy rain, got all that coming up. Yeah, you sure do. Yeah. There's no active warning out along that, along what you're seeing there. Everybody's been talking about Jeffersonville. But I tell you what, that leading edge right there, or the southern edge, I should say, it's not necessarily. There we go. Warning popped because I was getting ready to say that's awfully strong. So I was going to highlight it like this. That right there, that's a lot of wind on that edge, y'all. And sure enough, popped another severe thunderstorm warning out, and you can see all the counties that are highlighted with that too. And I'll pop them up here for you. It's just going to take its sweet time to get there. That's what I want you to realize, because this warning goes until 7:15. That's Morgan County. That does include the city of West Liberty. Menifee County, there's your warning. Powell County, there's your warning. Wolfe County, warning. Lee County, warning. Estill County, warning. So those are all out now. Those are all out, just coming out. You think the worst? I think over the next few hours are going to be the worst of it. And then what'll happen later in the day is more of a scattering of some of these strong storms. I don't think they're as bad as they are this morning. This morning, they're a lot worse. The ingredients are there for it to be that. Yeah, you've got a tornado watch. You've got a tornado watch until probably 11 o'clock today. Yeah, you sure do. Oh, it's the wrong one. Magoffin. What time will this hit Magoffin? Okay, well, let's look at this together. All right, and I'm going to get rid of that warning. So you've got a severe thunderstorm warning that's outside of Magoffin right now. And let's time it out together here. Let's just look at it together, y'all. So that leading edge moved from Mount Sterling to Southern. So let's give it, let's say 7:30-ish. 7:30-ish. Yeah, I'd say that's about right. That's just me estimating off the top of my head. I'm not putting a storm track out, but I will. So, oh, let me do this one. This one's better. So I'll highlight it. Let's travel on, I think about 40, I want to say 45, 46, close enough. So there's a whole bunch of places that have been populated on there for you. And you can see the timing on when it gets to all of these places, that line. And you've got Clay City, it's getting in there now, Frenchburg, Stanton, all the way down to Denniston. Okay, so through that particular time. Let me see if I can get it to pop that up there. Yeah, there you go. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I am thinking. But certainly a severe thunderstorm. And a lot of rain, y'all. I'm surprised more flash flood warnings haven't popped. That's what I'm really surprised about. My house is shaking in Moorhead. Yep. Oh yeah. You got a lot of lightning, you got a lot of thunder, and you got a lot of wind. That's what's happening right there, right now, for sure. Absolutely, Regina. I'm going to look clear in Clay City, trying to leave for work. Well, here's the catch. It just really got going there in Clay City, Brittany. So it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. Longer than a minute. I'm just being, using the term. We got some time. We got some time before that really gets going. Lots of calm and strong winds back and forth, Serena says there. Yeah, I mean, we're just covered up in rain right now, heavy rain, and you got the gusty winds. You got you got the traditional stuff here. What's happened out here with this eastern storm? Oh, so I saw somebody said Inez, and I hadn't been out there in a while. And we'll come back to that. But Inez, right there. Yeah, now you've got a little storm that has been severe earlier. It was a severe thunderstorm in Lawrence County, but it's doesn't have for whatever reason it doesn't have the same characteristics right there. So it's still a pretty strong storm. And when you get a severe thunderstorm, it's 60-mile-per-hour winds or quarter-sized hail. So the main threat out of all this tonight is going to be wind. All right, let's pop it around for a second. Go back towards central Kentucky and looking around. Just looking around. There's the little pocket of mornings. Frenchburg really getting hammered with some of that higher wind now. That's what's happening. Winchester, we're not severe. We're not severe right now, but we are seeing a lot of rain and a lot of lightning. And the wind is not as bad as it was on top of my house right now. I know that because I'm in Winchester too, and it's not like it was. My tent here, we just got started, completely gone. I'm not sure what that is. Explain. Electricity is out. Chris Stapleton says. I'm not going to make any comments, but that's a great name. But yeah, all right, that makes sense. And Hannah Townsend says it's very loud in Jeffersonville. And I've got that kind of locked in on our map right now, and you can see it. They issued the severe thunderstorm warning, it looks like now, for Martin County. All right. I didn't want to say anything. I don't like to do that stuff, but severe thunderstorm warning out for Martin County now. It's off that southern side of that cell. All right, now we're looking back in toward like West Liberty, and look at this. Let's go for the last hour or so. Now watch. So here comes this main thunderstorm. Okay, then you get the warning, and then you get a little. Watch this zone right here. Watch where I'm highlighting on the map. See how it starts blowing up? A little extra push. See, it's been some of the models have been picking up on that for a while, but it's trying to show even more, and I'm just not seeing even more go up out there yet. But the atmosphere is certainly full of it. I can do it. I can do it so easily. You can get some more of those to fire like that, off and away from all the main activity. Sun up yet? Yeah, I guess it is. It's 6:30 in the morning. We've got some light. You probably do. You probably do. Let's see. Yeah, you're probably hearing it because there's some storms right around you. I mean, if you're in Paintsville proper, look at you got Lawrence County up here, then you got Martin County. So I mean, you're not that far away. So yeah, I mean, there's a good chance of that. Absolutely. North Richmond. Oh, okay. Where'd it go? North Richmond. Let's go over there and check it out for you. It sure is. It sure is getting hammered. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna put this on a loop. I'm gonna walk out for a minute. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me just a second. And we're back. We are back. All right, let's see what's happening now. I had to go view some of the what. You got to view it yourself sometimes. Sometimes you got to go out and you got to feel it and you got to see it. So I walked out there for a minute because we are seeing a decent amount here in Winchester too. All right. Let's get you back into now mode. Right now. It's a pocket of severe thunderstorm warning still out. Estill, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, that leading edge, probably pushing at 60-mile-per-hour winds. That's a big concern for that. That is the big concern. Okay, let's jump around to some of these questions and concerns. All right, what we got here? Haley says my cats are trying to stare out the window. Like it's another day. You know, cats, there's just something about them. They're just tough like that. They ain't afraid of anything. Getting ready to head to Paintsville from West Liberty to work. Well, if you're going to go the country roadway, I can't think of the number. Might be okay. for right now, but it's going to start ramping up again. Janie says road flooding in Clark County. All right. Tell me which one. We'll share that info. We'll get all that info out there. Anyway, back to this. Back to our radar imagery. Look at that. Look at that severe thunderstorm warning that continues into West Liberty. You got it over into Menifee County too. So that's another thing. Look there, Frenchburg, Stanton. So it's finally into Stanton. So it's along the Mountain Parkway. It's along the Mountain Parkway too. All right, very loud. Oh yeah, Jeffersonville. I mean, it's been going on there for a while. That's the thing, Alexis, and it's been loud and it's been wild through there at times this morning. Let's go. Where'd that one go? I just had it. Go by so fast. Trying to help you out here. I see somebody's asked me about Waco a bunch. What about Rockcastle County and Mount Vernon? That's not Waco. I went the wrong one. But as of this moment, I mean, you can look. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on there. A lot of this energy is more north where it's been for the last little bit. So that's been what that has. Waco, all right here. Waco's getting dark and wind. Yeah, because that storm is right there on top of you, almost on top of you. Almost. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting close. It's very, very gusty at this particular point. There's no warning tied to it, though. I mean, that's one thing to look at, but I mean, it's still going to get wild for you, at least for a little bit there, if you're out there in Waco. So, I cannot, for whatever reason, this map will not plot it for me. It drives me crazy. I don't know why it's not doing it. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, it's heading right there to you. That's what you got. Rockwell Road, tree over the road causing issues on Rockwell. So that's over the interstate. I'd look over there when I do that. See what kind of reports we've got now that are coming in. Mount Sterling, yeah. I haven't seen any real damage just yet come into play. What is it? The dog? Oh, I heard him running in here. But no, we've got all kinds of just individual reports out there. You see them pushing through. All right, y'all. I've got so many things getting missing here. All right, we're back to this. Does this look like a rough event right now? No, but you're going to find some features that are embedded within this that might have a little more potential. And you've got some very gusty, stronger thunderstorms too. So that's possible. Stanton. Yeah, it's really coming down. Okay. Sorry. me see what people are saying. I just need to know if we're going to be okay. And I can't remember where you are. You're going to have to tell me where you are right now. I can't remember what county you're in. Is it supposed to slow down? Do you mean you're talking about? Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Took me a second. Sometimes I have to think about things because when we talk about speed, uh, if you're going to be, you said you're going to be traveling, didn't you? You're going to be traveling north. I mean, you're going to go. I mean, you're going to go right into it if you travel right now. I mean, that's the thing. If you travel next a little bit, Jeffersonville. I mean, I know you're in a single wide trailer. You said that, and I know it's scary, but it's the most significant part of that has now exited your area. If you're right there in Jeffersonville proper, so you've got. I mean, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay right now because a lot of that is not as strong as it was a little earlier. Okay, that's about the best I can give you and help you with. Coming from Moorhead to West Liberty. Well, you're going to be going through the thick of it again, bug. Heavy rain in Morgan County. Yeah, I mean it's pouring. It's coming down. It's fierce. Some of that rain. Do you think the current storm is going to burn off a lot of energy for later, for along 64? Yes, but south of 64, anything that develops later today might. I don't think it's going to be necessarily just widespread severe, but you could have some stronger ones. You know, that's something to at least think about and consider. There are high school kids at various campsites for the governor's scholar program. My daughter is at Center College in Danville. Is that area in danger of a tornado? There is a tornado watch out for a big part of Kentucky, Rosanna. And let's remember a tornado watch is telling you that the ingredients are there and there could be a possible tornado. Now, does that mean that you're going to see one? No, no, that isn't what that means. But it means that the ingredients are there for it to develop. Okay. But as of this moment, it does not, there's not an active tornado warning in that area. Okay. Here's Danville. You can see it right there. And you've got some stormy activity just north of it. Then that's what most of it is, just north of that area right now. I've got but that's rightfully so. You should be concerned with the GSP, the kids, and all that. So at this moment, there is not an active warning. But now, what has happened to y'all is we've had another flash flood warning pop. It's been out for a few minutes, but I'm just getting to it. But right there in Woodford County, and then Franklin County is included, at least part of it. All of Franklin County is under two different warnings, but it's all the same kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, we've got that warning that's been running with us as well. So that's what and some of you have been with me for a while and some of you haven't. And, you know, that was one of my concerns was, you know, we're going to get some flooding. We're going to get some flash flooding waves are lining up. And then that's what they've done in some cases. So look at all that lightning too. Let's look at the count on it. 2,000 strikes within that. Everything that's on your screen right now is 2,000 strikes within the past, I think it's 30 minutes. I think I've got set on 30 minutes. I think maybe it's an hour, but whatever. It's a lot of lightning, a lot of lightning that's out there. We'll go up closer again here to Nicholasville, Richmond, Stanton, Frenchburg. This is where your warning is. But in order to see those storms a little bit better, and I'm not even hearing the heavy rain at my house like I was in Winchester. Okay. So it's passed me on by a little bit. Sorry, I'm just comparing radar sites. Sorry. All right, this right here is coming right toward that radar in Jackson. Okay, so you've got all that energy is kind of loaded up there. From Powell County, Clark County, Fayette County, Jessamine County, Madison County, all through there. All through there, just kind of bearing down. So flying along through there. All right, let's see what's happening on the comment section over here. Strong winds, heavy rain, some thunder, pouring in Crockett in West Liberty. Yes, yes, it is. He needs to cancel the golf game. I'll never say cancel golf. but right now, I don't know where he's going to play, but it's the courses can take a little water. That's one thing. They can take a little water. I played a little while yesterday evening myself, and the course was very dry. But as far as the severity is concerned, there's that issue. So I get it, but I'll never say don't play. I'll never say don't play. Yes, wow, it's a lot. In northern Madison, got pretty rough here, mostly rain and wind, and that's what it's been. I mean, we haven't had any tornadic activity in a while. We haven't had any tornado warnings in our area in a while. So as far as that's concerned, it is kind of winding down a little bit. All right, that part of it. So do wind down. Wow, Katie, you read my mind. Yeah, I'm still hearing some thunder occasionally, but at my house proper, it has kind of backed off a little bit. As far as that's concerned, how's Harrodsburg? I haven't had to say Harrodsburg, so that, Alyssa, that's usually a good thing. But right now, getting some general rains. Got a thunderstorm that's moving in. Again, I'm not here to fancy you and to scream at you and to tell you all this crazy nonsense and use big words. When I first got into this business years ago and I started learning the big words, I wanted to use them all the time. But once you get in it, those words don't matter. What matters, again, is people and how they get their information. That's what matters. So, like I said, if you were in this broadcast earlier, live stream, if you're in this live stream earlier, go to the doctor, you've got a pain in your gut, and he tells you all these weird things. And then you say, well, doctor, please tell me what it is. Oh, it's gas. Why didn't you say that in the first place? Why'd you go and scrape the tail? So anybody tries to fancy you with their big words, don't pay attention to them. Sandy Hook, Elliott County right now is okay as well. I read that a minute ago. My friend. Still out at my house. Lost power around 5, but you managed to calm the boys down so much. Seems like the worst of it for now. But my little brother is at 4-H camp in London. Any big concerns there? At this moment, no. Because if you look, it's, dry down there. But as the day plays out, and, they've got a plan in place. As the day plays out, it's going to get a little more active in that area. You're going to get some thunderstorms. They're not going to be quite like this where they're lined up like one right after the other, but there could be some more later on in the day. So that is something to look at and consider. You're asking about Bath County. Well, let's look at it. Let's look together. And in Bath County right now, it has calmed some. I know you're still hearing some thunder and it's probably got some heavy rain, but look, I mean, it's not as intense. I mean, simple. Look at the yellows. The yellows are a little more dominant, and that just tells you it's not as heavy with the rain. But you see the reds and those darker, those more intense colors. We don't put them on there to scare you. We put them on there to show you that's where it's a little worse. Okay. Because when you start seeing those colors, like, oh, well, that looks rough, right? Yeah. So it is a little heavier there. It is a little heavier there. All right, severe thunderstorm warning now out for Paintsville. The primary threat with this warning is going to be wind being 60 miles per hour or so. Okay. That's going to be your biggest concern. Will be that. Let me drop that comment for a second. 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Hail has not been a real thing that I've seen anything of, and it was never really a concern in the first place. This was more of a wind and maybe a rotating thunderstorm event. Well, here we are. Paintsville, you're under severe thunderstorm warning. Floyd County, Martin County, also under severe thunderstorm warning. This is the second one for you, Martin County. This is from a different go around. You had one go through a little while ago, but now you've got more that looks like it's churning and coming your way. So, am I overly concerned with any of the dynamics that are out there right now? No. Could these cause some issues? Yes. Could they cause some damage? Yes. Could you get some hail? No, not very likely. So I'm just recapping everything here. So these thunderstorms are not as strong as what we had earlier in the night, earlier in the day when it was yesterday, when it was in Illinois, Indiana, places like that where they had numerous tornado warnings. It's not that same magnitude here this morning, guys. Okay. But you could still end up with a fierce wind gust. Now, yes, there's still a tornado watch that's out for several counties. Okay. But as of this moment in time, we are not tracking that a rotating storm anywhere in our immediate area. Now, you get over here to West Virginia, and they have cranked it right up. You go out to Logan, look at that, tornado warnings out for that cell right there. And, that continues into Wyoming. And then there's a good rumble of thunder here in Clark County, Kentucky. And then Mingo County, West Virginia, all under that tornado warning over there. So that was actually the storm that did go through Martin County a little earlier, but wasn't rotating at that time. Let me see if I can see if it's rotating. Well, yeah, there's no hint of it there for sure. But anyway, look at that. Look at that line. Flash flooding and severe thunderstorms, primary threat over the next little bit here until we see something that can spin, like, what's happening over there in West Virginia. So the ingredients are there for them to do it. It's just, are they going to do it? That's the thing. Are they going to? I like this comment right here. My weather dog has calmed down. It's going to be all right. For a long time, animals have lived on this planet, and they don't have the technologies we have. Sometimes they just know things. You can say what you want to, but they know things. You don't think you can get me an endorsement with Coke? But see, at the same time, I like Mountain Dew, so. All right, let's roll up here a little bit more and let's look some more. All right. Good. Oh, we're down to 791. That'd work. All right, let's look at some more comments too. Deanna says, I haven't had power since 4 a.m. and it just came back on in Jeffersonville. So the crews are out there. They're trying to get it all back and going for a lot of you folks out there. So that's some welcome news too, because you lose power and it just sucks. I mean, that's the only way I can say it. So yeah. Jim trying to send pictures of storm damage at my house here in Winchester. Won't let me in the comments. Send them straight to me through a message. Send them straight to me through a message. I haven't been able to check my messages in a while, but send them straight through a message, and I might be able to pull it up here in just a minute. So, because I do have Facebook pulled up over here on this on my other computer. So if you send it to me, I will try to get to it. Okay. And I haven't looked at my comments. I haven't looked at I haven't looked at other stuff in a while. Oh, oh, we got all kinds of. There we go. Oh wow. Oh wow. Look, just give me a second, because I did get them. What? What? Where are you in Winchester? So this just came from Laquetta here, y'all. And let me drop your comment so you can comment again. This was at her house. I know it's hard to see, but there's that tree on her on a vehicle. It looks like not a big one, but it's there. So she's in one of these neighborhoods. I bet you're not far from me. Well, it's hard to say. Those houses look familiar, but look at that. So yeah, we've had some damage already reported out there from some of this. So yeah, there it is. You can see it here in Winchester. I keep waiting to see her name come back by. I just haven't seen it in a minute. All right, back to your radar. There's another. She sent me another message. Said there's a big limb on the house. Just couldn't get it. I'm just going through these messages to see what kind of videos and things that some of you all have sent my way. Let's see. A very rough morning out there for sure. So, sorry, just going through messages. Going through messages, trying to see. All right, back to radar. I haven't seen anything other than what she said. She sent a minute ago there. Then I've got other people sending messages telling me that there was no tornado. So you just can't win. You cannot win with people, but you got to be there for them. You got to be there for them. Though sometimes you just want to run. All right. Let me get back to this. So you got a whole bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings that have clustered around and they're moving south and east. You can see that there, Irvin. The morning is kind of on you. You're probably getting the worst of it right now. And then you go out to Campton as well, and you've got that warning. Paintsville, that's headed right toward you too, with a strong wind present. Tornado warnings out in West Virginia this morning. I mean, just look at all that. I mean, it's now the reason you're not seeing big storms there because I don't have that sight turned on that would show them. But I mean, you've got storms that are stretched across the country right now. It's a good intense little wind gust. That's a good gusty line of storms right there. All right. Let's look at some more. Let's go to the comments. What time the heavy rain be through Stanton? I head to Winchester for work. I mean, if you've got to be at work, you got to be at work. This is not in Stanton. It's not severe anymore. It's just rain. So think about that. So you can navigate through it. I don't reckon. I mean, if I didn't have to go anywhere, I wouldn't go anywhere. But you've got to get to work, and I understand that because work calls. I am going to drop radar again for a second, y'all. And we are going to look at something else. I'm going to look at something else. I'm going to drop that lightning too. I don't want to see it either. Drop these warnings for just a second. Now, I'll look at the power outages. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Oh, okay. Quite a lot of people without power in Louisville, looks like. I wonder how many. Oh, I've got to hit the dropper. Look at this. 7,500 customers. 2,000 customers there in Moorhead. 500 in Bath County. 400 in Montgomery. 300 in Clark. 100 there in Powell County. 4,000 customers. So it's not. I mean, it's not a lot. I know it's a lot, and if you're a person that doesn't have power, but we're not looking at hundreds of thousands of outages. Like you can't get with these events like this. So, but I know it still it's not fun. All right, back to radar data. Back to warnings and the rumbles of thunder in Winchester behind me. I have a golf tournament in Prestonsburg this morning. Am I cooked? Well, if you're going to Stonecrest, I imagine. So, well, yeah, that's unless you're going to Allen, but you said Prestonsburg. But it's coming that way right now. Bath County out of power for an hour or so. That's what, and we saw that. We saw the count was up there. No power in Lawrenceburg, according to Rhonda, either. So that's where we are. That's where we are with this. We're in that kind of phase. With the power outages and the wind and everything that goes along with that. I am going to go to a weather alerts map. Well, you know what? Let's play this out first. So that almost looks good. That almost looks good. But look at this. So we're going to go 10 o'clock, 11, 1. Look at those storms. See, there's a steady flow of it that tries to keep going. Now, that's why so here's 11 a.m. I'm going to go back to 11 a.m. because the tornado watch goes through that time. And there's still some storms that are trying to line up and produce rain. So flash flooding is going to be possible as well. And then you get more into the afternoon hours, more into the evening. And then we're going all the way into as far as that model go. So we're going into 11 p.m. or so tonight. So there's that. But I was wanting to pull you all up, just the general watch map here. So you could see it, and I wouldn't have to run 5 or 6 different things all at once. So, plot, there you go. There's your tornado watch right now. That's who's included. So that runs, that's just showing the current time, but that runs all the way from Louisville out to Pikeville on this tornado watch for during that time. All right. Analysis mode, and there's what we have right now. Okay. Power's out again there in Stanton. And that's been I mean, you're still right in the kind of the thick of that one round too. So it's gonna be like that for a little while with the back and forth nature of all this. Johnson County got a severe thunderstorm warning out, Wendy. That's out for you at this moment. I don't see it. It's not as strong as it was. I'm looking at it right now, but still got a warning out on it, and that's where those go too. All right, how about West Liberty? Moorhead around 12 to 1 today. Scattered storms today, Olivia. Scattered that could be a little strong to even severe. That's what the rest of the day is going to be like. Is Wolfe County under any warning? Right now, you have a severe thunderstorm warnings out for Wolfe County, actually. And it's probably loud there and probably some heavy rain. Clay City, Jessica asks. Jessica, you are right there with some of the lighter heavy rain right now. So it's more of a moderate shower, but a lot of this backing off some. Okay. Madison County, you're not under a warning, Teresa, but it is storming there pretty good. I mean, you've got some heavy rain, you've had that around, and you've also had some strong wind gusts go through there too. But this is not severe at this moment in time, so that helps. This morning round is absolutely over for you. Now, what I want you to keep in mind is there might be a few more storms that develop later. They might not make it that far north, but there might be a few more later on in the day too for your area. But as you see right there, actually, you're kind of in the clear zone at this moment, so that helps. EKU's getting hammered. Oh, I guarantee it. I mean, it's right on top of you, right on top of you there. Pike County. We'll head out to Pike County. And you can see there that it is all dry right now. They've issued a severe thunderstorm watch out to our east. That's what that is. I thought that was a warning that popped on there first, but that's a watch. Couldn't figure it out. Like, why is there a warning there? But severe thunderstorm watch. Then you got this severe thunderstorm warning to 7:15. We're just a few minutes away from that. Expiration. Carter County is not under a warning at the moment. Power lines down in Flemingsburg. Can't get to work. I bet that's going to be a real thing. A lot of that, I'm seeing a lot more of this. And let's do that. Let's see if the reports that are coming in. Okay, we're getting more reports. Okay, so every little icon here that just popped up gives you that. Owensville wind damage. Wind damage near Olympia. You go into Rowan County, you got wind damage out toward Farmers. You got wind damage in Clearfield. All right, let's go up the road. You got wind damage there in Lewisburg. Then, and where'd you say you are? You're in Flemingsburg. So yeah, just maybe the report hadn't hit yet. Paris. I mean, there will be more reports because a lot has happened out there with these. I have plenty of them. Hey, young lady, how are you? I haven't seen you in 20 years. Connor Collins, Breathitt. No warning right now. No warning at all right now for you in Breathitt, and I'm just kind of waiting to see what's happening with it. These aren't like they were yesterday. These aren't like they were at some earlier points. So we kind of watch and go back and forth with that, with the way these warnings will come out. It's a lot of lightning. I mean, it's crazy how much lightning's out there. Just scared me to death, y'all, because I thought it was thunder. I mean, scared me to death. I am going to. You can probably hear him barking right now. Maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe he knows something I don't know. Is somebody at the door, Archie? Is that what it is? Waco. Yeah, Waco. I mean, almost all of Madison and all of Estill County right now almost covered. So, um, yeah, you're right there in the thick of it. Well, I'll tell you what, it's actually weakened some, Rhoda, compared to where it was earlier. So there still might be some flooding issues there because of the way this is played out. But there's where we are right now. All stoplights are out in Stanton. Everybody knows what that means. When you need to be, if you're going to be in Stanton and you're going to be moving through there, be careful, okay? And use proper four-way stop at those stoplights. Technique. I left a word out. It's like I'm AI here. Left a word out. Good morning to you. Here's Janie in Lexington talking about it. Howell County still right there in the thick of it. You too. It's not severe right now for most of Powell County. It's just a good soaking rain. I tell you what, some of this is benefits. Some of this benefits us. Okay, the rain that we're getting, it really does help. I agree with Archie. All right, just scared. Well, he scared me because I get focused, and then he's so loud in his room, scared me to death. Somebody asked me earlier about Boyle County, and I see another one asking about Boyle County, and they have their daughters there at Governor Scholar, and still not doing much there at this moment. And that leading edge is not quite what it once was. Not here for us. I mean, you're still getting some mornings out there in West Virginia, kind of beyond. I think that's where we sit, y'all. So I just want to hang out with y'all for a little while and get you prepared. So in order to wrap this up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you over here. Show you there's still a tornado watch. I'm also going to show you what's next and what's to come. So this is close to what we've been seeing. So we'll go through the day. We'll get a few more showers and storms. And again, there's that low end threat that they could spin a little bit. But you go into the afternoon, go into the evening, and we get more storms at fire. So that's the rest of your day. This is going to be kind of a wetter day. By the time we get into your Friday, it's not quite as active like this. So there's your, again, this is based off of the HRRR model. Some people like to call it HRRR. It's the HRRR. Doesn't matter what it is. It's a model. I'm telling you. See? So it stays kind of active out there from time to time today. So go about your day with some caution. That's what I'll say, especially if you haven't seen rain here this morning. If you're south of where a lot of that rain was, then maybe pay a little extra attention. That's my best advice for the day. I'll share whatever update I can share. whenever I can share, because I'm just doing it out of the kindness of my heart, and I enjoy it. So there's that. So now here's what we're going to do, y'all. We're going to wrap this thing up. And I know we've got a lot of things going on out there today, and all. If there's any update, I'll post it. We'll get that information out there to you, as we always do. Just remember, people matter, and what you say to people matters. And I'm just saying that because people make me mad when they send me messages and they say weird things on here. But remember, people matter. It's the most important thing. It's not anything else. When money doesn't matter, people are going to matter, because you're going to need them around you to help you. All right. Love you all. I appreciate you all. I wish you the best of luck today with whatever you are doing. And if things get rough again, we'll do it all over again, because that's what we do, because we love people and we take care of each other. See y'all.